is Zaxria. We are back for another night at the Not So Round Table. We would like to also thank everybody who has continued to watch because we got our viewer count up, the average is there, and we are that much closer to affiliate. We're like literally right around the corner. Just got to stream a couple more days and we'll be set. Also, I want to thank the most recent follower, Izold. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate it. Or Baudette, whichever. Also, check out all of the VODs on the YouTube. It's all the way up till episode 59 on there now. The podcasts are up on there as well, and we just started to do some other games that we've been putting up on there. Icewind Dale and the Cyberpunk game that Shelby and Duluth both run, those games. The VODs for those are up there. Cyberpunk is not up yet, but it will be at the end of today. So, without further ado, we'll jump back into this current game. You guys, last we had left off, were within the city of Bamor. The reason you were brought there was that Azrael had gone to Masai in order to make his cylinders for his pistol for the electricity rounds, and had found himself in what seemed to be some sort of a sticky situation with Siegfried that ended up resulting in him meeting with the Harbinger, and Siegfried slipping him a note that had the city of Bamor's name upon it, along with the holy symbol of, or I guess symbol of the culling or Relnex, whichever you kind of depict it as. But it led you to the city where you encountered pretty similar to what you remember Bamor being, very quiet, desolate, run down, rough and tumble. It's kind of slums. There were people going about the normal business that you were used to seeing them at, and then you found yourself in front of the tavern, looking up to see the symbol before you of the culling. You also looked behind you and were surrounded in a full half circle of probably 40 or so people, their heads down, and all of them picking them up in unison, ushering you inside to try to find some sort of safety. When you did this, you found your way into what it was a very dark interior of the tavern, and you saw inside of there Mercer, along with some Goliath zombie-like people, all of them seemingly undead, but they seemed a little more than just undead. They had some other abilities to them outside of just being, zombies and undead. After defeating them, there were some words that were said, you're imagining through Mercer, with the voice of somebody else. But after defeating them, you hung out for a little while and found yourselves looking into the room to the kind of left of you, what was at some point some sort of storage or kitchen area, where you saw a tiefling individual. All of you, besides Azrael, seeing a tiefling for the very first time. Tieflings in this world being much more drawn to their demonic bloodlines and lineage with that. All of their features are a lot more rigid and kind of horrifying. Their horns are a lot larger, their teeth are more like serrated than they would just be normal teeth. Their tails are a bit bulkier. They are also a small bit taller. They are definitely intelligent, it seems. It seems that you can communicate with them at least to some degree. But finding this individual, you had sprung sort of an attack upon them, killing one of the tieflings and two bone devils that were immediately summoned by one of them. So you can see that they had some pretty strong ties to the hells and demonic summoning and whatever it may be. And they definitely seem to be adversaries, worthy of a fight. But you're able to deal with them pretty easily and subdue one of them, of whom which you have now in your kind of possession, I guess. You started making your way east to head back towards Tenebeth and decided to make a pit stop in Brunswick to possibly procure some sort of a wagon with a horse, so nobody had to carry him around, because currently he is inside of a knapsack inside of a wheelbarrow. So you are just kind of bouncing him around inside of that. He is currently unconscious, but as you guys started to tail towards the end of the day and were getting ready to rest, he did begin to wake, and you had put a ripped piece of clothing into his mouth as some sort of like a gag, so he couldn't speak or talk or your intention was to make sure he couldn't cast any sort of spells verbally. But his hands are bound. He's kind of like hogtied at this point inside of that kind of knapsack, along with being inside of the wheelbarrow. He's just laying there. You can hear him tossing and moving around here and there, kind of a good 2.5 hours or so of him just like grunting and like trying to yell through it. But you guys, without issue, seem to fall asleep. Skip takes the first watch, watching over him, followed by whomever else would like to take after that. But the night pretty much goes off without a hitch. There is a lot going on in the world that you are currently dealing with, and you start to, at least those of you originally as the keepers, start to really think on back to your first day walking into the keep and not really knowing what you were getting yourself into, and now being at a point where it feels like everything is coming at you at once and your shoulders start to feel like they are heavier and heavier, and it makes you think more on things of your past that you wish you would have been able to try to do and probably should try to do before it's too late to even try to accomplish any of it. It seems that what is coming is inevitable, and that doing the best you can to prepare for it or trying to make sense of it in some sort of way is your best option at this time. With the help of some new people, being Azrael, Zarbrax, and Neris, you seem to have a pretty good handle on what exactly it is you're going to be doing and helping, Zaxria as a whole. As I said, it's a little stressful. You can start to feel it over these next few days, and especially from the events that just transpired. You can feel it slowly approaching. It feels like it's overbearing and on top of you right now, but you feel that you're catching it in time and you are having a chance to prepare for whatever is to come. That seems to be inevitable. You find rest okay. Everybody sleeps with a little bit of a heavy head. Yes.
Okay, I have these coins that I got from the demon guy.
Yes.
Can I have probably like Connor and like Skip look at them?
Yeah.
Okay, Connor, Skip. Okay, I found these coins off those, like, the tieflings, that's what they're called, right? They're like, kinda thought maybe they're like the ones to, some place in the sky called Arcanoria. Yeah, that one. And I just wanted to, like, you guys, like, look at them and maybe you guys could tell whether or not they are.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. And then if you could roll a religion check from Skip.
Yep. Marked off a quick X on my sleep because I rolled.
Okay.
Don't think it's going to
Shit, I might be able to tell what it is better than you two.
11?
11, okay. 7, all right. Connor, the only thing that you can make sense of it is that, and I remember from the last session we had of the Zaxria game, that you guys had some sort of belief that the coins possibly did the same thing as Arcanoria, but it could be done with fire. And the fact that the building pretty much caught on fire and burnt down, and there wasn't some sort of portal that formed and the coin was still there.
Don't make it sound stupid,
you,
okay?
Just trying to piece it all together for you, okay? This is me helping. Just back off.
So you're doing more harm than good.
But you'd imagine that it is not some sort of a coin that has similar magical properties to the coin of like Arcanoria. And looking at the coin itself, you don't think it has any sort of magical property. The coin itself is probably some form of a currency that has weight somewhere else other than Zaxria, that you really don't think you could really... You might be able to find somebody that could tell you about it, but you're not exactly sure who it would be.
Is it like a big coin or just?
So
like
the coin itself is probably about the size of a $50.
Okay.
$50.
I will draw like a really quick sketch of it. As for Skip, the only thing that Skip finds... The only thing that Skip finds while looking at the coin, excuse me,
But
is along the
everything
edges
just
of
what
it,
is wrong.
there are several small symbols of the culling. They're the symbol of Brelnax.
St. Lucian's the final boss?
It's kind of weird.
Call him, dude.
So the coin itself, the metal on the coin, it appears to be made of some sort of an alloy, possibly like a bronze and steel, with some sort of other component or compound inside of it that makes it this kind of reddish tint. It looks like it's like a silverish color, but there's like this red tint to it that kind of glistens in the light a certain way. So this is the coin itself. The only thing that really draws your attention to it is the centerpiece. It looks reminiscent. It looks like this circular shape, and then there's one spot on it, this part here, that has like a red tint, much heavier than this part here. Then all these little dots going around the edges are just all of the symbols of Brelnax or the culling. This middle part seems familiar. You just can't make out what it is exactly at this time.
I usually talk shit about your drawings, but honestly, pretty good circle. Didn't connect all the way, but it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, I can't really tell anything from this. It doesn't seem magical in any way. Maybe some sort of currency or token from something.
It appears evil.
Yeah, I'll take it back. That's fine. He's gonna turn me evil, and we're gonna have to fight a guy, and then he's gonna want the coins, and then I'm not gonna give him the coins, and then we're gonna lose a bunch of levels. That's never happened to me before, so.
Oh, really original. Okay, this time I'm gonna kill the character that does that.
Fuck, man.
Not letting it happen again.
Yeah, I'll just hold on to them.
Okay.
These are gonna come in handy later on. We could let you kill the final boss, but you have to pass 2 health tokens, and I'm like,
That's for the extra hard fight.
to collect all the fucking tokens.
All right. As you begin waking in the morning, you can see that the tiefling individual inside of the wheelbarrow is still there. At some point in the night, the wheelbarrow had kind of tipped over from him rustling around and bouncing about. Whoever was in the watch, assumingly either you or Zarbrax, would have just picked him back up and put him in it. But everything seems to be in order. He seems to be sleeping inside of the wheelbarrow. Because he's pretty much just in this large burlap sack, so you can't really see what's going on inside of it. But you are probably only about a day and a half from Brunswick.
Okay.
If that was the intention, to go there.
Yep.
All right.
Push on towards it.
So, with your various forms of travel, whether it be from the Greater Steed, Wraith, the horse, Andrew has
Feet.
Fido. But you're able to cut most of the travel time down for the most part, and you guys are extremely familiar with Athelia as a whole. It's probably the most traveled place that you guys have been. But getting over to Brunswick, it takes you about a day. You begin to arrive very, very early in the morning, or actually, later at night. There is rain coming down pretty heavily.
They're so similar, you can never tell.
There are caravans in the distance. The sun is setting down in the horizon behind you. The town itself is slowly starting to light up. You can see in the distance there is a pathway leading up and in. The Brunswick Exchange has some caravans coming out where you can see these hooded lanterns that are sitting on top of these little posts that are kind of creaking back and forth from moving about. People opening them up and beginning to bring light into them with some sort of a torch or something in order to light the candle within. All of the small shops and stuff are beginning to kind of pick up with little flames. You can see some of the kiosks that are in the center. They're being packed up, and people are kind of rushing to get out of the rain. You can see over to the kind of left side, of the Brunswick town, there is that Hearthfire Inn. There are lights being lit up within there, quite a few of them, and you can actually hear a lot of laughter and conversation occurring within there. The route that you are coming in at, you kind of approach from like the northwestern side, so the Hearthfire Inn is directly to your right, and you can see the Brunswick Exchange past a few small buildings where there are caravans kind of going in and out of these weaving roads that come inside of here. You watch a caravan that's slowly approaching and is heading in your direction. You can see the caravan itself. Yes.
I think the planning for when we got here was to have people waiting outside of town.
Okay.
Go
Or
and
we're
get
gonna
it
go walk around.
and bring it back. Okay, maybe like around the city
Yeah.
and then meet on the other side.
I thought that was the idea.
All right. Go ahead and discuss whoever is doing what then.
So the plan, I guess only one person, maybe two people should go and get the carriage and then meet us on the north side of town.
I guess.
Okay. Who wants to
Okay,
go?
you want to get a carriage? How do I fuck this one up?
How much gold should I give you guys?
I'd say at most, if it costs more than 1,000, then we'll walk into the wheelbarrow.
Oh, I'll give you 1,500. Just to be safe.
I'll tell them that if it's more than 1,000, they're gonna walk into the wheelbarrow.
Alright, well, I will see you guys when you get back.
Yep.
You're going for this.
It's kind of toxic, man. But you're still...
All right. So Connor and Ander, the two of you make your way inside to the city or town, whichever you prefer to call it. As the rest of the party ventures kind of on the outskirts, going to the northern side, and probably a little further around to where you're almost on the eastern side of it, as the road is a little closer northeastern than it is directly north to head in the right direction towards the town path. You guys, as you begin to enter the town, you guys are at this point like on one side of the road and have now, instead of going straight in, the rest of the party has started to cross the road and go north. Muldrak kind of with the wheelbarrow pushing it across. There is a caravan that starts to kind of approach and almost like meet up with you guys, so you just kind of like, you guys hurry across the road a little bit and kind of get across out of the way. You can see a dwarven individual at the reins, nods and waves as he passes to everyone. You can see a lot of, on the back, there are symbols of Yoldgard on the crates that are being carried. They're all strapped down. The two of you start to make your way into the city down this slight downward kind of grade. The path leads you into town, and you may do as you wish at this point.
Is there somewhere to buy a carriage?
I think maybe the exchange possibly.
Yeah, your best bet would probably be the exchange.
We'll head to the exchange.
All right.
You been here before? To the exchange? I don't think I have.
I don't think we have. I
I
think we got
think that's,
rushed in here very quick, like the last time.
Yeah, somebody
The two
like,
times we were here, one time we got rushed into the building really quick, and then we left as fast as possible. And the other time we rushed into the building really quick and killed everyone
As fast as possible.
as fast as possible. And I don't think we hung around either time.
It's a nice town.
Makes sense.
It is not.
Thanks to us.
Yeah. A lot of illegal shit going on here.
Not anymore.
All right. Making your way over to the exchange. The exchange, along with the inn, are probably the only two places here that are open pretty much 24/7. Inside of the Brunswick Exchange, right now you can see it still has the same build and makeup. There is essentially a large, like half-walled in segment with a roof over it that comes out into like this half-circle, almost cul-de-sac looking area. There's a central, like large stone post that goes up in between both of the paths that lead in and out. And then in between where there's like the back part of this room, there's a large kind of stone foundation where there are several people like sitting up at a desk. And then behind that there's some sort of very, very large storage building that's built onto the back that is pretty heavily guarded from both the outside and inside. There's probably like 2 or 3 doors that are on the back wall. There are these large kind of steel doors that are protected for people to make their way in and grab whatever goods it is to be exchanged. The idea with the Brunswick Exchange is essentially that it's just like this central hub where people can bring their goods and then they are sold there, and then the city itself takes a small profit and then gives the rest of the coin to whomever else is interested in, you know, selling there. But once you make your way inside, you can see that there are 3 lines formed. There is one line at the far left side where caravans kind of make their way through, and you can see that there is one person standing there with this pretty thick ledger that is writing things down, along with giving orders to a couple of people who seem to be just running back and forth to the storage to the back to bring things to the caravans. Then there are 2 other lines where people are just kind of standing. Some people have small drawn carriages. They're more for like smaller bodies instead of like these large caravans that are coming through with large amounts of cargo. There's 2 short little lines. You can see that there's probably about 6 people ahead of you in either lines on both sides, but you can see that it moves pretty quickly. There's a pretty good system. There's probably about a dozen or so people that are all sitting up on top at this like counter space that begin to keep calling people forward. They just kind of point and then wave somebody over. You probably wait a good 10 minutes before you're called upon. They point over towards Connor and then just kind of like gesture him over. It's just kind of in your guys' general direction, but they just point and wave over.
Weird.
You can see pointing and waving you over is a elderly woman. She's probably in her early 50s, maybe mid 50s, graying hair. She has on some sort of an apron. You can see she has kind of next to her what seems to be a stack of papers along with like a little bit of a quill and ink. She walked up. Hello, welcome to the Brunswick Exchange. Is there something specifically you're looking for? Would you like to browse the catalog?
I'm just looking for a wagon or a carriage of sort.
Alright, would you like it with horse or without?
With.
Alright, would you like it drawn by 1, 2, 3, or 4?
What is the price difference between one and...
Well, it also depends on the horse. Most of our horses come from the Clydesdales. Those are the upper end. There are other small farms that breed horses. We've been starting to get a small influx from Yendel. But if you would like, I can give you a list and you can see the pricings. She goes into the small little stack of papers that she has, and you can see each one has like a small tab on it that has like a little bit of writing, and she just seems to be like thumbing through it. Gets to a spot, she takes the stack above and flips it sideways, and then grabs about 4 or so pieces of paper that she sets in front of you. It seems that she picks up the large stack and shifts it in order to keep the order there, but she hands you the 3 or 4 pieces of paper. You can see that there are several listings upon it. There's probably about 8 or so different carriages, caravan kind of combos. There are some that have like the horse-drawn type of carriage where there's like a seating in the back that could probably fit about 4 people and typically drawn by 2 or so. That one runs like close to like 3,000. Like it seems a little more pricey. Then you start to kind of titrate your way down, like looking from there being the first thing that you kind of saw. You kind of back it up a little bit to where you find what appears to be just a singular drawn wagon. The wagon itself is up on 3 sides, so the back part of it is just like open. It's got like the 3 walls on the back, and then it goes up straight to 1 horse, and that usually seems to run about 800.
Inflation. We'll take this one. That's the 3.
All right, very well. If you'd like to, you can wait out there on the exit side, and someone will bring it out for you. Can I get a name, please?
Connor.
All right, very well. Can I get a last initial?
Okay.
All right, she writes it down. I'll take the coin, please.
Count out 800.
She grabs it, takes it. All righty. Just a moment, please. Thank you for business. And then she writes very quickly on something, rips it off, and hands you a little slip.
That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, that was quick.
I'll Some of those were pretty pricey.
What was the most expensive one?
It was about 3,000.
Could've got it though. It'd be cool.
You could get that, or you could just get like a flying carpet for a person.
That's a good point. Yeah, flying carpet's a lot cooler too. How many people do that carriage hold?
The same price. I'm guessing like between 4 and 8.
Can you get a carpet that holds 4 to 8 for 3,000?
Probably 30,000. If they make carpets, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we could ever get a carpet that holds all of us. We might not be able to find a carpet that holds just Skip.
He rips through that. He's going down at a very fast speed. You just gotta wait for these people to bring the carriage around.
Yeah. Nothing really to do.
I'm not the best at bringing the horses around, if you know what I'm saying. Are you good at navigating?
Oh, I could definitely. I can't be that much different than a boat, can it? A ship? I feel like I gotta be able to handle the horses.
I can tell you where to go.
Well, we'll see. Well,
It's a horse.
so it's one horse? Oh, that's. The horse is like this big. Ship is like this big. Just.
We'll see. What are we doing after we're done with this? 'Cause we can't just. Where are we taking this guy?
I think I think to take him to Tenebeth, and then I guess maybe we're gonna interrogate him with the high priestess. After that, I have no idea. I thought we were supposed to go try and deal with that one guy. I don't want to say his name. I feel like he can hear me. Yeah. Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah. Not really excited about that one. Like sometimes we go on things and I'm like, wow, that'll be cool. Yeah, this I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's gonna be scary.
It's gonna be rough. I really hope we can get some help with it. And also, really hope we don't have to fight Siegfried.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I wonder if like after, if we deal with the Harbinger, if he'll just be like, okay, I'm a good guy again.
Seems to be bound by some sort of pact.
I think it's like higher up.
I don't think so. I think it's probably some sort of I owe you something.
Alrighty then. You, from Counter K,
Yeah.
you see pulling a quite larger horse. Not quite a Clydesdale, but it still seems to be a pretty sturdy steed. It kind of brings it forward, hands you the reins, just looks and sees that you have the slip in your hand, and then turns around and walks back into the exchange.
Thank you.
You see the horse is just kind of like this lightish kind of tan brown color. The
Mane?
Thank you. Yes, the mane and tail are darker brown, and the carriage itself, like the wagon, is built pretty well. The wood on the sides seem to be a lighter, kind of almost like pine look to them. Along with the wheels are very sturdy. Everything seems well built. Seems like money worth kind of well spent. Don't seem like you got cheated or anything.
Now, this is gonna be a weird question.
Yes.
Is there a river nearby?
The closest river is the Dread River to the west.
Okay. I was just gonna say maybe I put the horse in the water. I'm proficient with water vehicles. So you think I just like get up there and then?
Not on top of the horse. You might want to sit in that seat there.
Okay, the seat. See, that makes more sense.
You might need these.
I don't just like, hey, go. Then he goes. Okay.
Does a boat just go when you say go?
That's a good point. It does it. You're right. You're right. I guess kind of when because I don't really do anything. It's kind of a little bit.
You are currently facing south almost, and you need to
tell me
bring
how
it.
to
You need to
figure.
bring it east, kind of northeast. So the road that you're on is kind of facing down this way. You got to kind of bring it around and then through town up to the right.
I'm gonna try and turn the horse.
All right, I need you to just roll a d20.
I'm gonna walk.
Done anything else?
Hopefully not. 8.
8.
It's not bad.
All right. You take the reins and you just pull them to the left. And when you pull them to the left, the horse pulls its head to the right. And it does not move.
It just pulls its head, not.
Yeah, it just kind of like, doesn't seem like it reacted well to the movement you made, and it just yanks its head back. Makes a little like,
Insane horse. Insane.
Okay, what? I was. What if we go tell them that we got the carriage and then they come and get it? Cause I don't. I'm gonna be honest. This thing is not moving. You wanna try?
Sure. I'm gonna hop off of the carriage. I'm gonna go around to the horse. I'm going to cast tongues on the horse.
okay.
The
You're gonna
spell
make out
grants
with
the
the
creature
horse?
you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears. Moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language and can hear the target understands what it says.
Okay.
So cast touch on tongues on the horse. And how can I say this?
I want to hear
Horses are smart, but they're not that smart. We need to make it out of town. We're just gonna go down this path here, and I'll just give you directions on which way to go.
I thought you said that the horse wasn't gonna, like, we couldn't just tell it to go. I thought that was.
Wait a second, Andrew. We're trying something here.
Okay.
After you cast a spell on it, you see this purple little burst of energy that flies up towards the ears of the horse, and then you watch like this quick sparkle of energy in the eyes. The horse like looks down at you as you're speaking with almost undivided attention, then turns and begins to walk through town, trotting through.
Cheater.
Definitely doesn't seem like it can talk back,
Right.
but it does understand what you are saying.
Billy just doesn't want to do a horse voice.
Per the spell, it does not talk.
Cast and speak with animals.
All right, but with the use of the
That's a
spell,
weird
you're
horse.
pretty easily like you can easily navigate out, and then however long it lasts, you
It's an
can
hour.
yeah you can for the whole hour use it. But you watch without even holding any reins. Ander and Connor
I'm
make
holding
their
the
way
reins.
out. Oh, okay. Ander's holding the reins, making their way out. They get to the kind of northeastern road that heads towards Tenebeth.
Alright. Let's stop here and wait for the others.
We're already here.
There they are.
They start like walking from the side. Make their way up out of some sort of darkness to be hiding from the kind of wandering eye.
In the rain.
Yeah.
How'd it go?
Um,
It looks suitable.
Yeah. So kind of got the cheapest one they had,
Okay.
800.
It's enough to fit this guy back there.
Yeah. Just gotta watch out because the back doesn't have a little flap or anything.
We'll have somebody walk behind it.
Yeah. Alright, so toss them up here and get going.
Dump them out of the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Just pick it up and then
Yeah.
Also,
Anyone want to ride in the back here? We can't get too many people, but maybe like one more.
you could probably fit like 2 or 3, including the guy.
somebody who actually knows how to, like,
I'll climb in.
ride one of these things is probably gonna have to.
I've never done it, but I can try.
It's
don't know if
hard.
anybody-
They don't like listen.
Skip rides horses.
Skip can.
Okay. Is he gonna break the carriage?
And when he sits on it, it definitely shifts a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. I think it's gonna be okay.
I think
Okay.
Azrael might be able to handle it. He's got the
He-
demon steed.
He hopped up into the cart there. Looks like he's sitting with that guy.
Okay. so that's fine.
Skip, I think Skip can drive.
Also, does the demon steed just listen to you?
It's kind of a dick.
We can actually just let it go for a while.
Okay.
Let's go forward.
The horse begins to walk.
Alright, cool. Let's follow along. You can hop in. I wouldn't imagine there'd be a problem with you being up there.
You want me next to the guy? I think I'll just walk. I think walking's fine for me.
It's fine with me.
Initially, when you put
get
the
left behind.
tiefling into the back of the wagon, you kind of,
Thanks.
I'm just ignoring
and then
it.
after he is set on the wagon and kind of rustles around for a moment, kind of quiets himself. You're sitting where? Like kind of off the back of it?
No, like right next to his head.
Oh, okay, gotcha. You make your way up and in. There's room in there too if somebody else wanted to sit in the back. Anybody?
Ooh,
I'm up front right now.
we just leave in the wagon? Or the wheelbarrow?
There's room in the back to throw the wheelbarrow into if you want it. It's not really a great wheelbarrow.
What if we just cover him with the wheelbarrow?
It's toxic, but alright.
In the knapsack, covered by a wheelbarrow.
I'm gonna take out a little piece of parchment and just write free wheelbarrow.
Okay, 7 on it.
Oh, there's a free wheelbarrow here.
And it is.
Great. Okay. Then with that, you guys start to head east and get to a point where you'll be on a kind of southern route heading towards Tenebeth. The ride there is a little long. It takes you about 3 days. So if Ezrael, if you could make those checks for me, sir.
I can make some, but he's pretty sure he just eats grass.
An 18. That's a success.
Just gotta let him graze for the week, every day. You can also give him rations.
I don't think horses eat meat.
There's like grains and stuff, and bread. And give him some carrots.
Good 8.
I like that.
Good 8.
Good butter. You can roll good stuff. I know that.
People that roll beds.
It's good to know though.
2 is a 4. Day 3 is a 14.
14.
Are you just gonna like explode at one point? I'm so...
Wait and see.
Alrighty. So,
He's
this
got
point,
That's his whole character.
Well, I just leave him there and I'm just forcing the spot to just look at me.
okay. You guys travel for those 3 or so days.
I'm walking behind the cart so that he doesn't fall out or anything.
Along the route, well, Drake, you're just kind of looking about, do whatever.
Yep.
You watch Ezrael take a small blade from his pocket, go up to the top part of the burlap sack, and kind of pull it down a little bit where he starts to cut into it a bit. Rips a little part into it to where there's almost like a small like hole up here towards the tiefling's face. He kind of rummages it and shifts it around and sets it down, and just looks like he's staring right through the person that's laying in the cart. You hear them kind of, and then once they lock eyes with him, there's just silence.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of watch, interested, but also still paying attention. Paying attention.
You
to
can
make sure
see,
we're not getting
looking at this
indiscreet.
individual, their eyes are red. The iris of them, they have these black beady pupils. You can see the nose here is a little like rigid. You can see these ridges kind of coming off of it. When they look, they're kind of looking about before they catch eyes with you and can see you just like staring back at them. And you should make an intimidation check.
7.
7.
1,000.
You can see that they do not seem easily scared. They are, well, in general, I'm saying tieflings, but I mean, doesn't seem to be scared very easily, is staring kind of right back at you. There's almost a brief recognition of you in some sort of a way, that there's something about you that they just can't figure out. But
At some point, I'd probably just use like my demon sight or something. Just to do it in front of less looking or whatever.
okay. You can see in the distance, Tenebeth, the wall is fully built from the few times that you've been here before. You can see that the paladins are kind of sparse around here. There's probably only about 3 or so up on the wall that are just walking the perimeter. There are very, very little refugees that are here anymore. As you know, that many of them headed far southwest to Yendel in order to make their own little town. But you begin to approach. You bring the wagon in to wherever it is you wish to head.
I mean, as close as we could get to the.
You could ride it all the way up to the
Golden Sanctum.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably just take it all the way to that then.
All right.
Still raining over here?
Very, very lightly, but it's not nearly as much as it was. It's been raining pretty much constant over the last 3 or so days. Change this back though. It's like a very light sprinkle, but I'm just going to take the rain off in general. Okay.
Probably try to clean himself at some point during the trip. Just like wipe off all the blood and dirt that's probably underneath the clothes and everything.
I imagine many of you would have to do this as well to be a little more presentable, I guess.
I'll give her anybody who wants it.
Also make sure he
Spray
sees the
shower.
tattoo on my back when I hop back into the...
The huge
Okay.
piece that you have. Yeah.
I just walk around head to toe covered in blood constantly, so.
Cough.
Back in Tenebeth, you can see that there is several several people walking about, all dressed in various religious robes and clothing, many of them carrying books with them. You can see some of these people definitely live there, as their faces are quite familiar. You also see that there is somewhat of a gathering of what seem to be troops, possibly. You can see dwarven individuals in heavy plate armor. There is a ram-drawn battle wagon, and it has this kind of bronze framework with iron doors and an iron body. You can see that there are about 5 dwarves sitting there around a fire in front of this wagon. The wagon itself is very, very intricately made. There is a design on the side of it for the symbol of the Old Guard. You also see, over towards the Golden Sanctum, High Priestess Kylaria is actually standing at the front entryway and seems to be making her way in. You approach, and she takes notice to the sound of the horse and wagon behind, and does like a brief look before she does a double take and looks back, turning around, her hands in front of her, the golden kind of tattoos going up her arms with the overcast. They kind of seem almost like they are brighter now than they normally are. Oh, welcome back, keepers. I have both bad and good news. But what brings you back?
Do you wanna tell us first?
Sure.
Okay.
We also have bad and good news.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, well, I'll go first then.
Alright.
Bad news is we couldn't find any more paladins of Beltha
Okay.
for your newest endeavor.
Do what you can.
Our priests are also spread pretty thin throughout Zaxria, keeping the stability of the realm and the
Right.
demonic forces at bay as best we can. However, we reached out to the Old Guard, and they were more than happy to help the keepers of Zaxria and bring the fight to the forces of evil. They sent
Nice.
paladins of Moradin. They are ready to fight by your side. When you're ready, you can go speak to Brother Largus. I'm sure you saw the wagon on your way in.
Aye.
I'm gonna head outside now
Okay?
and look for our boy. Is he out there?
Oh, you looking for Orem?
Mhm.
He doesn't seem to be.
Damn, toxic. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, true. Okay, well, I guess we'll start with our bad news. This is a little bit of delicate.
Most certainly. We can go speak inside. I can have someone bring the horse to the stables.
No.
Should we
I'm
first?
gonna. Yeah. We have in our possession an individual who needs to be, let us say, interrogated. I don't want to just carry a body into your sanctum, but they are of an evil nature.
Very well.
I mean, I will go get it if you want, but
Sure. Just try to be quick. I'll meet you inside.
After I notice that Orem isn't out there, I'm just gonna go back inside.
Moldrak come up to the guy that carried him around, just clock him in the head with the butt of the revolver.
You're gonna hit.
yeah,
You're hitting Moldrak?
I'll headbutt right back into his head.
You can definitely tell that Tiefling heard the conversation occurring and kind of looks, Azrael sees him look at Azrael, and you just see this look in his eye like he is trying to like possibly do something or at least make a sound or make a commotion or try and get away from Moldrak, who is like stomping around towards the back. Once you get to the back, you watch Azrael take the pistol, pull it from his side, spin it, like grab it by the barrel, and then just smack the dude across the. You hear like this loud, and then the head that was like kind of picked up, you hear it thud onto the back of the wagon.
Thank you.
Hop out.
I throw the sack over and just like quickly walk inside, like nonchalantly.
You guys quickly make your way in as well, trying to keep up with the pace. Moldrak pretty much slings the tiefling over his shoulder and then almost does like a brisk walk into there, not to like full on sprint or draw attention to yourself, but just enough of a steady pace. Once you get inside, you can see the High Priestess is making her way towards this back left path, previous to the same one you remember going to originally with Gorak, and the area kind of down the same hallway where you had gone before into the lower level of here. But nonetheless, once you make your way into here, there is a large square room. There's a center table. She just kind of gestures her hand. Place him upon that. Or it, whatever it may be.
I'm going to cut the sack off.
Sure.
Okay, I'll just like untie the bottom and pull it off as I set him on the table.
Okay. Take it and pull it back. He is unconscious currently. It's from the
I
pistol
still
whip.
just set him on
But as he gets set down, the arms kind of go slack. And she... What?
Yeah, there was actually more of them, but that is kind of the good news. We got rid of the rest of them.
Is he alive?
Yeah. Well, you just kind of knocked him out, but yeah. He is alive.
I can't even remember the last time I saw a tiefling.
Never seen one. Well, until this one. I've seen this one.
You've been in hiding for a long time. Good reason.
Seems like that time of hiding is over.
Scares me. Yeah. You're getting bold. Brave even.
Oh yeah, that's not all of the, I guess, bad/good news. So we went to Bamor. Did we tell her about Bamor before this?
No.
No. Okay, so in Bamor, they were trying to create some sort of portal to, I don't know where. The Hells, probably. I mean, the building was burned down, but it may be still there.
Didn't we just... The building burned down,
I don't think
the
we...
portal broke, then we
Oh,
destroyed
right, we
all the
did the
stones.
spell on magic on it, and that worked because it was
Yeah.
not completed. Okay, so we destroyed the portal that was there. It wasn't completed, but there was like a whole town of people that are now basically dead because
Don't know how they died.
they were all taken over by some sort of entity. We believe maybe it was Parallax, but we don't know.
Things were definitely progressing much quicker than I had thought.
Yeah.
I thought the next time I'd see a tiefling it would be on a battlefield unexpectedly. This is worrisome, to say the least. What are your plans with this individual?
I don't know. Maybe use him and learn what we can about maybe their plans or...
We have divine means of doing such. We
Okay.
can do that here.
Yeah, we didn't really have any intentions other than trying to get what we could from him to maybe help us fight whatever we need to fight.
It's not going to be easy, but we'll definitely try.
Okay.
Just, I'm sure you already know, as of the nature of your arrival, but do your best to keep this on the quieter side of things.
Mhm.
You don't need anyone knowing that there were tieflings in Zaxria.
Of course.
Can you move me? 2, I think.
Azrael kind of like slowly pacing around the room.
When's the last time you saw a tiefling, Azrael?
Last time I was here a long time ago. He doesn't like look at her when he says that. He's looking at the ground.
I myself, just by seeing this individual, am haunted by the past. I'm sure that you feel the same. And I could only imagine what it would bring for just the people who live here. Your run-of-the-mill farmer or older generation of people who have lived through the eradication. Even during the earlier days of the Epoch of Peace, many tieflings were still persecuted and causing havoc and evil all throughout, but I still can't believe that there's some here. We'll get to the bottom of it. For now, for you guys, if you're ready, I mean, as I said, Brother Largus and his other paladins are ready to fight you or fight with you on your quest.
So I'll fight some paladins.
From what I was told, they're strong, capable.
Okay. I don't know if we have enough healing potions. I don't know.
They'll be here in Teneveth for as long as you need. We have enough supplies and provisions, places for them to stay.
Alright.
So if there's things you need to do, please do so. I know that the travel to Nasai is a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, yeah. Yeah, it's a long way.
Kind of just having like pop flashbacks of a siege, like spells being thrown in them and marching
Okay.
and people
Well,
dying.
I think we need to have a discussion as a group, but after that we will take our leave.
Very well. Take your time.
Well, I don't know if she's hanging around, but we'll probably head off somewhere else. At least that's my plan.
Alright.
So we can talk privately.
Got it. Mordrak makes his way out, followed by the rest of the party. Once you make your way out, High Priestess Kylaria doesn't leave the room. She stays with the individual. A little bit of time passes before you watch 2 or 3 priests pass you in the hallway, and you hear the High Priestess kind of yell out, "Brothers, sisters, in here." They kind of make their way in. There's no door on that room, but you do see, just kind of like a quick glance back, what appears to be some sort of shimmer of yellowish white energy that blocks the pathway into there. And whatever seems to be occurring in there, you're unknown to, but you know that it's to your benefit.
Right.
You guys make your way out into the center part of the gold-lit sanctum here. You can see that there is what appears to be a brief bit of sunlight that keeps kind of peeking through, and even the smallest bit of sunlight that gets into this sanctum here from the dome light above gives quite a bit of light to the surroundings. But when it's small portions of light, it seems almost blinding because it hits a bunch of small little bits of metal or golden script or whatever across, instead of just this like kind of presence of light. It's just like catching your eye here and there, and you're kind of glimpsing at it. You guys make your way out and into here, and you watch Azrael definitely seeming bothered for the most part. But you watch him kind of do like almost looks like he trips for a second, and you watch him blink a couple of times. You feel a little bit of a headache, and then it doesn't really bring you down to a knee, but you feel that you have to sit or at least like slow down before your vision is taken by unsure of what it is. But what you're looking at doesn't seem to be a sort of a dream or like a memory or anything. What you see is Zeke standing on what appears to be some sort of a deck of a ship. It seems like it is happening in real time. You're not sure what it is that is causing you to be able to see this, but you see him standing on the deck, make his way over to the bow of the ship. You can't hear anything, but you can see.
Does it feel like I'm in there, or am I looking into
It
the
feels like
scenario?
it feels like you're looking in. As you're looking in, you can see that he looks a bit battered and bruised. You can see that he is on a ship, and you see him looking and stepping over what you think to be at first are barrels or crates, but you look down and can see that there are bodies surrounding him. He doesn't seem to be covered in any sort of blood or anything, and you don't see any blood or wounds on the people that are surrounding him. He just appears to be surrounded by bodies. You see him frantically running around towards the ropes, trying to pull the sails in certain directions. You don't see any sort of a storm or anything, but it seems there's a bit of wind. Watching for a little longer, you see, and you guys looking at Azrael at this point, he's pretty much on a knee and is like holding at his forehead, and has now like stood up and is like looking around, and you can see his eyes are completely like blacked over with little bits of like red smoke slowly flowing through them. He looks like he's kind of aware, and you like talk at him or wave your hands, and he doesn't seem to snap out of it. Even like grabbing him and kind of shaking him a little bit, you don't feel it. You're just like looking on at what you see.
I've seen him get this way once before.
He's trying to like frantically look for any points of interest in any, like the background or anything. Or
Make a perception check.
12.
12? Okay. Looking around as best you can to the surroundings, you can see a constellation as it's kind of later at night. Up towards the right, what appears to be some sort of, you'll probably have to commit it to memory and try to use it to your advantage, but constellation looks like this, and it is sitting like above in the sky, above some sort of a landmass that you're moving toward.
I get a
Yeah. Once you see that, your vision almost gets like taken away once you watch Zeke grab onto some sort of a rope or like a rail on the deck, and after he does that, there's this large slam, a large splash of water and sand, and it looks as though the ship kind of crashes. You watch him get tossed from the ship and land either into the water or the sand. You can't hear, so you don't know, and you can't see anything else. But your vision comes back too, and you have Moldrak kind of in front of you, like holding you.
I'm not like shaking him. I'm just like trying to either hold him still or sit him down.
Yeah, you watch Moldrak like gently like setting you to the ground.
I would have tried to yell in, like while I'm in there, so I don't know if that would have
Yeah, they would have
came
come
out.
out. Yeah. What would you have yelled?
He was yelling like his name.
Okay. You would have heard Azrael yelling a name several times. You would have been yelling Zeke.
I'll just set him down then as he's kind of coming to.
There are a couple of priests that are looking on.
It's okay, we got it. Thank you. Israel, are you alright? You were yelling Zeke.
I just saw him.
Just now.
Yeah.
Here. Kind of looking around.
No, our ship. It just crashed. Yeah.
What happened before?
The sand? No. Was it? I saw some stars.
Well, we've got a resident star.
He grabs like a, quickly digs in his bag for the sketchbook, whatever, and starts like plotting out those what he saw.
Watch him take the paper and frantically start dotting onto it and drawing all the dots, and then he shows Connor.
You saw the things he threw down.
Can you figure it out, Connor? From
Immediately looking at it, and with your vast knowledge, I'll let you go and make an intelligence check with advantage.
This might be Pog. This works.
Can I cast guidance on him while he's looking at it?
Sure.
Okay, add a d4.
21.
21. Okay. With that, you know that constellation during this time of year, based on the sky and it being night, that constellation sits directly above the desert of Nasai. It sits more towards the, like, you're not exactly sure where he would be looking at, but that constellation kind of favors more towards the peninsula of the desert itself, and it's some sort of like a guiding point for people who are in the desert to find their way south at any point. It's a constellation of a scorpion. When he shows you the piece of paper, it doesn't appear to you as dots. It is an image of a scorpion on the paper. You can see those. The half parts that come down are like these kind of pincers, and then the middle part's a body, and then that back kind of swirl is a tail with a stinger at the end of it.
Yeah, I know that. It's a constellation of the scorpion. They use it in the side to find their way south. I mean, this time of the year, the only way it would be above the side.
Alright. I think we need to go to Arcanoria, and we need to ask them to act as a hub so that we can take these paladins with us.
Oh no.
Because I don't think we can fight everything there ourselves, but it will take us closer to Zeke, and it will be much faster than trying to sail.
I don't know how far the ocean is from the side.
So the map there, if you move
You
both
said
the book and
you
that.
said it's possible to maybe make it so they can travel through Arcanoria without knowing that they're in Arcanoria, right?
Yes.
Or maybe we could
But,
try to use that.
Looking
Right, it
at the
wouldn't be a
side
tiefling
in
then
the
either.
bottom right there.
That also probably has a big.
I'll pull it up.
Sorry, it's under.
That's okay.
It's down
But the
here.
desert
So
is this kind of
here.
southeastern portion. So it's pretty much in the corner of the crystalline and Clem Sea. So it's pretty much all above it. Nasai itself, like the city, is a port city. So it's like right on the shore.
Definitely not where that dot
Yeah,
is.
where are you putting your dots? Alright, wait, that was, never
Probably
mind.
like down here.
Right, this map's not.
But it's to the far western side. I couldn't put it on the left because of the big writing there.
Western side over
Yeah,
here.
it's on the western side of that peninsula there. Where Connor said the constellation is pretty much almost directly above that southern peninsula.
There. Okay.
I've really been to his house.
You probably haven't been to Azash. That's probably one of that and Ezeron are the two places you probably would have.
Listen out. Zash is Pog.
So I have any good gauge of how that distance between the sun and the ocean.
Yeah. Your best guess is that he is somewhere on the southern part, possibly in the desert. You'd imagine he's somewhere in some form of desert. Just not sure where. It could be the beach in Azash. All you know is that it's to this side. He's on this side of this continent for where Azash is.
Okay, so maybe we should try to convince these paladins, like, hey, we can use teleportation magic, but we need to blindfold you.
We tell them that we also are going to blindfold ourselves, but we don't actually blindfold ourselves.
Why do we need to do that?
So they believe us more.
I don't really think we need to do
Why would we need to blindfold them? I guess we could just not lie to them and explain exactly what's happening, but not explain everything. Like, we can't show you what we're doing, but we are going to teleport somewhere.
that. Yeah. Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
We either go there and try to convince them, hey, we need a temporary, raise on restrictions so that we can get people where they need to go to prevent, whatever bad is happening from
I feel like we should just go right now, because I don't want to
Just break
waste
the
too
rules
much.
and-
No, I mean like to go talk to them right now,
Okay,
instead of
right.
because I don't want to waste too much time.
Okay.
I feel like the quicker we do things right now is a good idea.
Okay. We could just go talk to them now.
Connor should go for sure.
I agree. I mean, we can all just go.
That works too.
We don't have to pay right now, so.
I just don't know if us bum rushing them as a group of people.
We're not, we're
Yes, not.
going in, but
I guess.
we need to,
Let's just go.
yeah.
To the sewers? Or we just...
Find somewhere
Just go.
somewhat kind of secluded. I mean, it's the middle of the night. No one's gonna follow.
There like a side chamber here we can go into, like an empty room.
Yeah, there's like shrines and stuff.
I'm gonna duck into one of those, like everybody in here.
Okay.
Just gonna take out some water from my water skin and kind of make like a small film of it on the floor.
Maybe skip Kid Stay and talk to the paladins to try and...
Oh, well,
Just in case...
let's figure out our plan first.
Alright, that's fair.
and then-
That's fair.
Flip the coin. Alright. Step through.
All right. You guys all head through the portal. Making your way in, you can see that brief bit of bright white light that hits you, and then you're surrounded by the bright white marble within the gateway here, the entryway to Arkanoria. Wendell, the gatekeeper, to the far side. As you're walking up, doesn't even say anything to you, he just opens the door. You guys make your way in to do as you wish. Up here, it is dark because of the kind of time of day, but you can do as you
And
wish.
right to the Hall of Gillian.
Okay,
Are there Reese's Pieces in here?
might be.
That's crazy. Sorry.
Making your way into the hall here, you are greeted by the only person that is here still, which would be Tregadier.
Oh boy.
He seems to be grabbing some supplies from this kind of side room that is in the bottom part of the library. He doesn't seem to take notice to you or seem to be paying any
Do you
attention.
know where the headmaster guy is at?
I don't know where his quarters are. I mean, he's normally just right past that door back there.
You do know the magisterium list that you spoke to him was in Azeron.
Oh, yeah.
He left with
He
Azeron.
did leave.
Maybe we should just bring him through. I don't think this guy's gonna agree to it. He seems like
Maybe we should. Maybe we should.
He's been an asshole every time I've talked to him.
I guess we can't really just go. Oh, fuck, he's got to give us a coin, so we can't go. We're bringing people through.
I do have to go get a coin from him.
Who, him?
Yeah.
Doesn't it automatically just...
Like, gotta...
Oh,
Fondle him? What was that?
yeah. Gotta fill him up to go in the coin. These creepy old men. That's what they
Why are you
require.
so angry all the time?
People.
No, people come through.
Alright, well, we gotta talk to him anyway. We may as well ask.
He has at this point turned around, holding in his side pouch that he has, like a little satchel. There look like to be a couple of small flat stone rocks with glyphs carved in the center part of them that he's setting inside of there. Turns around. Just goes to walk right past you, and then at that
Excuse
point...
me.
Hi. Yes.
I have a couple requests. One would be for a coin, please.
Very
Get
well.
the coin first. That's genius.
He gestures his hand and the coin appears with
And the
him.
next one is the Magisterium still in Ezra?
As far as I know, yes. I believe he'll be there for probably about another day and a half, maybe 2.
Is anyone else from the council here? Is
No.
it just you?
Finarvia and Arsim are both dealing with things elsewhere.
Okay.
Tobias is gone doing some sort of work for you, I was told,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm just here.
Alright. And then,
Okay.
Just spit it out.
Okay,
boy.
we have a time-sensitive situation where we need to get somewhere really fast, but we also have, like, we have other people that don't know about this place. We don't want to, like, show them Arcanoria, but we want to, like blindfold them and maybe, like, cover their ears and then just, like, walk them through really quick. And we just wanted to ask if we could do that this one time. We'll most likely never do it again. I say most likely because there's a possibility that there could be another very time-sensitive thing and we need to bring another group of people in. Sorry, I'm going to stop talking. I do this too much, and I just wanted...
Make a persuasion check.
Can I make a performance check? We're like... Fuck, he didn't go for the arm motion performance check. I lucked today, didn't I? No, that was for the fucking wagon.
That was a whole other thing.
I'll luck anyway.
Do it,
Yeah.
do it anyway.
Same exact number, cool. Persuasion?
Yes.
It is a saving throw for charisma, right? 12. Yeah. Fuck. And you know, we really wouldn't ask you unless it was like really dire and we needed to do it. But like, we gotta save people.
Who are these people you're bringing through?
Paladins of Mordor. Not Paladins of Mordor. Not those guys. Not those guys. We're not bringing those guys. We're not bringing those guys. No, it doesn't. We're not them. I swear. Mordor, that's the one. Mordor, that's the Paladins of Mordor. That's the guy with the hammer. Dwarf god.
So good.
Mordor.
Look, my friend Connor here has done magic a great favor, I guess, according to the Magisterium. So look, this is me squaring it between you and I, so no more favors from me. One and done. Just don't let me know about it.
But we kind of already did let you know about it.
You understand what I'm saying.
Just let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
You have to pay a tax for each one that
That's
comes through,
fair.
It's just how it goes.
Let's go.
Let Wendell know it'll be 20 apiece.
Okay.
You don't have to do it today or tomorrow, just one time whenever you need it.
Alright.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
Just run back to the gate.
Yep.
Mordor.
Right back.
So fucking stupid.
Now you have to convince.
So confident. I fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
10 seconds
He
past,
did.
you're like, what are you those guys?
That's my next campaign. I'm a paladin of Mordor.
Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
Okay. But you guys find your way back to the Marble Gateway, where you reach the Arcanoria, the fucking pillar. Place your hands upon it and are brought through. The quick period of time in which you teleported, pretty much going through, gives you a little bit of a head rush.
We'll die as long as we get
you're
there.
not like super concerned, but it's very disorienting. It's almost like standing up really fast, but it's a little more intense. You feel like your gait is a little unsteady, and you're trying to walk straight. It's only there for a brief moment before you're able to walk forward out of the sewers that are underneath Tenebeth. And at this point, if you guys wanted to, you can go and approach the paladins and begin doing that, or try to do some other things before, venturing and inevitably rolling this thing along to get to this.
I don't know what else we got to do. What do we?
I mean, we can try to go save your brother, but I don't know how that's gonna go.
It's just like.
I mean, we know he's safe where he's at, technically. It just kind of sucks for him.
I still think we might be waiting on Southbrook for those.
Yeah. To kind of, fight with us.
Got at least a few more months for the.
That's something I guess we can handle after. If there's an after. But that's the. How many potions do you have?
5 superior and 5 greater.
Okay.
I have 2 of those arcane restoration things too.
Okay. Maybe I'll run to the shop while we're there, while we're in Arcanoria, and pick a few things
It's
up.
also in the middle of the night, so I don't know if...
I'm gonna go try anyways. We got to move things along.
I do have 3 restoration potions, so I should be okay.
Okay. Well, if you have
I
5.
can give you these 2
I have
also
7.
if you want them.
I have 12 superior.
Yeah, we should be fine.
Okay.
I need more ammunition.
Can you get it here?
No,
You need to make it.
yeah. I don't have time.
How many do you have?
How far away is our house from here?
You're like I think you're maybe a couple days.
I
At
think it's
most.
like 3 days.
What do you need
Yeah,
for?
yeah, yeah.
Like 3 days at most.
What do you need for your
Open the bag
ammunition?
and opens it. Got about 2 cylinders left.
What do you need for your ammunition?
I got the
Oh, yeah.
supplies at the house.
Oh, so we just have to run there?
Yeah, you got stuff there.
We also have a bunch of cannonballs full of gunpowder that we aren't really.
You don't fill the cannonballs with gunpowder.
You got the cannons.
That's a good point.
You had the cannons full.
That's an even better point.
The cannons,
We don't even need to cut the cannonballs open.
your supply, not all of your gunpowder, but a vast majority of it is on the boat that
Is going.
your crew has.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the
'cause we
cannons
didn't
are
put it on
placed
this
on
one.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
You definitely have, I think somebody may have it written down somewhere, but I do know that you have supplies at the estate to both fix anything you have broken and for extra
Or making bullets. And
I
I
have-
had to leave at some point.
Yeah.
I have the amount of metal we have written down.
Yes, okay.
Well, I mean, we could talk to these paladins and have them come with us to the house. We can just leave from there.
That's a good idea.
You know how far it is from the coast, the western coast to the side?
I
Months-wise?
don't think we've walked that distance, but how
Or like...
Oh.
to get
Or
to
do
get
you-
from the desert to the city?
Yeah.
I don't think we've walked it.
The city's like on the coast.
Yeah. The Sai itself is on the western
Like
coast.
we docked at
I think
the side.
I think he's saying from where Zeke was, how long is it going to take him to get to the city?
we don't know. Where
Yeah, because you're not 100% sure. You have 2 ideas of where he could be. You know he's on the western coast, but you think he's either going to be far south of Nasai or north of it to where he's in Asash. So he's either going to be in the desert to the south or just on a beach of the jungle
Wait.
to the north.
Do you have your mirror?
Oh, I do. He does. Use it. Let's find out where he's at.
Use it.
All right. There's a. Can I see the little paper?
Oh, for the mirror?
Yeah. I just want to. I know that
Oh yeah.
the DC on it's like.
It's only like 13, I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
know
12.
it's fairly- Okay. Here, you can pull it up if you want. Actually, I might be able to make the same contest. Okay. You
Oh, this one's a little, yeah, wonky.
scry upon Zeke. You can see that he is face down in the sand currently.
Okay.
He seems to be unconscious, but you'd imagine still alive. You can see his back slightly moving. Go ahead and make a perception check for me. 'Cause he's not really like moving around or anything, but
14.
14. Okay. The sand itself seems very, very, it almost looks like white sand. And you are familiar with this sand being more in like the desert. So you'd imagine that he's probably south of Nasai. How far? You're not too sure.
It looks like it's south. It's a lot of sand, white sand.
Okay. Do you think we should, once we get to Nasai, do you think we should avoid the city and try to go south to find him first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't imagine he's going there for good intentions.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, that'll be our plan, then we should go talk to them and head out.
If he's south, how long? You know?
Would you know from, like, you walking to, like, how far the portal was from
Well,
the city?
it took you a day just to go west from the portal. So it depends on how far south he is of the city. So your best guess, at least 2 days. So that's heading west and south to try to get to wherever he may be.
Probably, I don't know, at least 2 days, maybe more, maybe a little less.
You're leaning towards probably more.
A bit more, maybe. Probably close to 3.
Any idea how much ammo I could make in a day?
Could we help him make ammo to go even faster? Since we're proficient smiths.
Animals.
I'd say you could make a pretty good amount.
Fairly easy to make.
Yeah, you're
It's nothing like a cannonball.
too much trouble doing so.
You make a mold and you just pour it in the mold.
It's true.
Trying to find the reference for the smithing.
Yeah.
Do you have to go somewhere for them to be holyified?
Oh, Skip, I think, can do that.
He might be able to. I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me
I
pull up
thought he
the
could.
smithing,
I'll
the
look through
crafting
his-
rules. Sorry, smithing
Look through
rules.
his paladin spells and see if he can do it. Maybe he's a bit book. Class paladin. All levels. I don't think bless is not for that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's it either.
Just pour some holy water on him. I think that's how it works.
Successful percentage roll.
Magic weapon. Elemental. That would be elements. Spiritual.
Alright, so you guys already have the supplies. So essentially you'd make your percentage roll to be successful in actually attempting at making them.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of giving it like a crafting score or whatever for how many you'd have to make,
Mm-hmm.
you can roll your crafting check, and then we'll say for every like successful crafting point you get,
Mm-hmm.
it could just be like 2 bullets
Okay.
So you can get anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4.
All right.
Does that make sense?
I think so. Yeah.
Does that work for all of us? Or just...
I'd say Ander and Ezreal are probably the only two that could like make them.
Oh, I can't help.
You can make like the bullet itself, but he needs to make his like the wad essentially for the gun that propels him forward for the
Okay.
bullet.
Yeah, it'd probably be like a combo of us two, because I can't smith.
Okay.
So I'd probably just make that part and then you'd smith it.
All right. Well, we're gonna go and find the paladins, and
I guess we could go back to the house for a day.
yep, it shouldn't derail us too far. If we're fast, we may be able to meet him just before he gets to the city, if that is indeed where he's headed.
Is our carriage passenger staying here? We aren't bringing him with
That's
us,
the
right?
plan, yeah.
Okay, I was
I think
looking for Orem when you guys were talking.
really not here.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I tried to message Shad, he didn't respond.
Damn, unfortunate.
I was gonna have him come play for a little bit.
Is fucking Dorm here, dude?
No
Torum?
No Dorum, no Torum.
Zorum, dude?
There is no Zorum.
Rorum?
No, doesn't exist.
He's dead.
Lorum?
Died of sepsis.
It's fucked up.
He was on the Oregon Trail.
Alright.
I'm heading to find the paladins of Moradin.
Okay.
Not Mordor.
Nope.
We're avoiding those guys
Yeah,
for as long as possible.
All in black cloaks,
Black cloaks.
wraith-looking individuals.
Great looking horses.
Yeah.
I'm always looking for this ring.
Yeah, it's true. Won't stop obsessing over it.
Probably don't even have to convince them that they have to go through the portal yet.
I can just say, hey, come with the storehouse. We're leaving from there. It's a good idea.
As you get back, the very quick time that it took, you make your way over to the paladins where they were drinking and laughing around the fire.
Aye.
And as you approach, they are doing the same. They are still drinking and laughing around the fire. You can see a boar on a stick being rolled over it slowly. You can hear the crackles of embers mixed with their chatter. The flames kick up in a burst as one of them dumps beer over the pig. A roar of laughter bellows out, and you can see 5 paladins total. You see 2 individuals, both male. One of them is bald on the top of his head, and he has on pretty much all you can see is the back of his head right now. He has a hammerhead going across the back part of his neck, and then the handle goes down the base of his neck onto his spine. You can see the other individual that he's talking to across from him has a kind of thick beard that's like very, very bushy. You can see that it's like red, little bits of brown inside of it as well. It looks like it is pretty much unkempt for the most part, and he has hair pulled into a ponytail. All of them have right now just like a tunic and some sort of leather pants on, and their armor is just kind of scattered around. You can see that they have full-on heavy plate, kind of steel armor, helmets adorned with it, shields, warhammers. You also see 2 individuals over to the left side who have very similar features. One of them male, one of them female. They both have bright red hair. Both of them have a bulbous nose. The female has a little bit of a softer nose. Their eyes have the same kind of intensity to them. And he has a long ponytail, and she has a long ponytail as well, and they seem to be sitting side by side. You would definitely imagine that they are related, as they're almost identical. And then there is one more individual you can see over to the far side who has his hand on top of a large maul, and he seems to just kind of be polishing the metal at the end of it and as he's holding it. You approach the 5 of them. They don't seem to take mind to you immediately as they are chuckling and laughing about. But you can approach them as you wish.
Excuse us, cheerful paladins. Sorry to disturb your party.
No worries. You're more than welcome to join us.
We are a bit short for time, but we would like to have a word with you.
Certainly. Take a seat.
We'll have a seat.
Mm-hmm. They'll kind of approach and sit. You can see the individual that is speaking to you currently is the one that was holding the large maul and kind of polishing at that. The 2 individuals over to the side, the male individuals that were, the one of them to the back to you, the other one kind of facing your direction as they were talking to each other, have both just kind of slumped around. One of them kind of puts their arm up and up to the chin. The other one stretches and throws his arms up behind his head. The one that throws his arms up behind his head is the one that you can see that has the bushy, unkempt beard. So, who might you be?
Name's Moldrak.
Nice to meet you, Moldrak. Name's Green.
Green.
Green or green?
Green, with an M at the end.
Okay.
Like your mother,
Just-
M.
I don't like how that came out, but I'm Ander.
Nice to meet you, Ender. Green, with an M, like your mother.
Green.
Green.
Okay, well,
Not the color.
to make a long story short, we are the keepers of Zaxria.
Ah,
Nice to meet you formally.
yes, of course, you as well. We've all been waiting for you.
Sorry
The
to make
bald
you,
individual standing there as he has his hand over on his kind of scruffy looking face. It's not like a beard, it's more well kept, more of a stubble. Yeah. We haven't been here too long, but we've been waiting for you. The name's Jarby.
Well, sorry to make you wait, but we are ready to travel if you are.
Yeah, like I said, we have been waiting but not long. We were told of what we are to do very briefly, so we have an idea.
Well, we can explain more on the journey.
The individual holding his maul at this point, kind of polishing at that. We were told that there is evil about that needs some ass kicking, let's say.
That's correct.
At that point, you watch the identical kind of what appears to be some sort of a twin to the female individual, the male individual. I heard the same, you know. We're just gonna go fight some bad evil guys and fight them, give them a good old 1-2, if you know what I'm saying.
That is the plan.
Hey,
And you are?
Hyde.
Hyde.
This here's Heidi, my sister.
Heidi.
What is your sister's name?
Heidi.
Heidi?
Hide and hide.
Why did I write B twice? I'm stupid.
Just like quick, do any of you have like healing capabilities?
Oh yeah, that'd
For
be
all
my
of you?
sister here.
Okay. So like her.
All right. Well,
What's wrong with these fucking paladins nowadays?
we need to make a brief stop at our home, and then we will be setting out on our journey. So if you want to come with us there, and then we can make way to our true destination.
The individual polishing the maul at this point. Well, no problem with that, but we've just made this beautiful boar. We'd like to eat it,
That's fair.
drink a little,
Okay.
pack all of our things up, and then be on our way. And by the way, I am Brother Larkus.
Is that the mall guy?
Yes.
Oh, who is Jarby?
Jarby's the bald guy with the
Oh.
head tattoo.
Bald.
What time is it?
It's probably pushing like 10 o'clock.
Maybe we should sleep for that.
And then, I guess, yeah. What did you say the mall guy's name was?
Largus.
Largus.
Brother Largus. Seems to be the leader of the group.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
We're the leaders. We control them. They are ours.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
There's plenty of pig to go around if you want to sit and eat some of the pig.
I'll definitely sit with you. and
Drink,
have some
ale,
food.
cake, whatever you want, wine, water, beer, ale, meat.
We set out at first light then.
How did they fucking... They brought so much shit with them. You said we... Sorry, mead? Mead, wine, ale,
Beer, ale, water.
beer, water.
It's a dwarven mead, a little stronger, so if you want the ale instead, probably be best for you.
Dwarven mead, or
Aye, dwarven mead,
The-
heavy.
the mead's Dwarven?
Aye,
The ale isn't?
no,
Where'd you get the ale?
don't remember.
What about the wine? Where'd the wine come from?
Always, on the right, you know, they send it over. We don't drink it too much, kind of tastes like piss.
Why do you take it then?
Alcohol.
It's fair. I'll take some mead.
Some,
Yep.
with an M or a W, my friend?
With the M. At least for now.
Again.
Why
You
do you
reach
keep
us,
talking about my mother? What's going on here, guy?
He reaches down. There's a couple of crates to the side that they reach into, grab. They're more of like these large, they almost look like large tankards that have like a
Okay.
cork lid on them. So they seem to be almost like a medieval thermos, if you would. And they're just like yanking the top wood part off and then pouring the drink out. It splashes out, but it comes out nonetheless. They give you like drinking horns or tankards, whatever they had. They just have a mixture of cups and assortments that they start setting out. They have this large kind of like fork kind of tong, if you would, that they're just like stabbing at the boar and yanking meat. It's just kind of like falling right off of the pig at this point, and they start to just hand these forks and tongs out to whoever, and everybody just starts like picking into it and pulling back and eating. Not hungry, friend?
Just back there and he was like sitting away from the camp.
Yeah,
He's
South.
kind of tired from the day's events.
I understand. So, while we're all here sitting about, if you would please explain to me and my compatriots here exactly what it is we're getting ourselves into.
Well, I don't know where to begin.
Might as well just... Do you guys know the Harbinger of Death? That the one?
I don't know. It's just the Harbinger, usually.
Harbinger?
You ever heard
You
of
guys heard
this
of the Harbinger?
entity?
Can't say I have.
Okay. They're some sort of demonic entity guarding what we believe to be a portal to the Nine Hells.
Why the hell would you want to go to the Nine Hells?
I don't... They're not a good individual in particular. They've threatened to kill us multiple times.
Eh. Why would you want to go to the Nine Hells?
No, we don't.
Oh,
We want
right.
to stop them from opening it up and demons pouring in.
I've been caught up, thank you. Largus steps forward again and just kind of like smacks his hand towards Hyde. So this Harbinger individual is who we're after.
Yes. Mostly.
Anything else we can expect other
Yes.
than him?
A little bit of search and rescue.
Demons. We're gonna have to blindfold you at one point.
Yeah.
We have a very fast means of travel, but we cannot show it to you. It sounds sketchy, but if you just, trust us a little bit, we'll be to our destination in nearly an instant.
And then a day's walk, because it's
We're not
direct.
allowed to show you what it is, or we would.
Heidi at this point speaks up. So, you mean to tell us that we are going after some big bad evil
Yup.
to follow you, blindfolded?
Well,
all
That's
up-
a quick.
Just
That's
a
like a quick little thing.
yeah.
Like that's not
one
most-
part, like
yeah.
a tiny,
Like-
the initial travel, then we're gonna have to travel for a few days. You won't be blindfolded for that part.
It'll be like 10 or 15 minutes.
It's
just
a type
quick.
of teleportation, but we can't show you how it works.
Right.
We're not.
Where exactly is it that we're headed?
Inside.
Oof.
I'm not using.
Oh, we forgot to throw out there that there's also highly trained assassins that help the Harbinger.
Right. God, it's a complicated series of
And
events
before we do that, we have to go on a search and rescue mission.
for our friend here's relative.
Oh, I know how that would be if it was me sister out there on the line. You don't know look for her.
All right. Well, that's about as much as we have for you. We have to
Right.
stop at our house to restock on supplies.
Very
and
well.
then we will do our magic business and head out from where we are.
Very well. At least before we go, proper introductions from everyone. Your name, friend, is
Connor.
Connor.
Connor Cowboy.
This is a big hunk of metal here, Skip.
What about these two over here?
It's Neris, and the big one is Arborex.
Little guy is
Brooding
Wraith.
fellow?
Huh?
The brooding fellow over there with his back to
Oh,
us.
yeah, that's Azrael.
Alright. Well, now that we've met, ate and drank together, I feel we're well acquainted enough to go and kill some evil shit. So,
Thanks for the tip.
we'll get some rest, pack our things up, and leave when you're ready.
Right, we'll be early rising, so be ready to go.
Certainly.
We're going right to sleep. I mean, people can do it if they want, but I'm going right to sleep.
Drink the rest of the meat and sleep.
Alright.
10%.
Uh-huh.
Good call.
As you guys are beginning to get ready to fall asleep, Azrael, you, with a wisdom save that made you make. 10.
Better than
Or
mine.
the one you made before was a 16, right?
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
I asked? Yeah.
Oh.
But as you are there, having trouble sleeping, you just kind of sit up on the little stump or something that may be next to the fire that's still kind of crackling. Most of the dwarven individuals have made their way into the battle wagon that is behind this and rested. There's only one of them left, and it is Hyde, who is head back, kind of just... Everybody else, your friends and such, are over to the side in bedrolls or wherever it may be, resting. You get closer to the fire as the chill of the night kind of comes to you. Put your hands up and kind of blow on them and put them up towards the fire. You get a headache, and you feel like you're about to have the same kind of sensation you did previously, but in vision form. The vision of Zeke also being your great benefit from that. But you looking forward towards the fire are like pushing at your head. You close your eyes and you can hear a voice kind of creep into the back of your head. Why are you hiding from me? Then you push your temples, open your eyes, and look around. It's silent. Nobody's there. You feel that the blanket of security of divination magic that you received from the High Priestess is working, but you can feel a bit of a penetration to that veil that you have up currently.
Does that sound familiar?
Yes. Didn't sound like the Harbinger. It sounded like the other individual.
Which one?
Starting so many demons, they just keep track. They know you're talking to other demons, huh? I'll try some scary shit.
Having a very rough day of everything. He's gonna just out of fit of rage try to throw the book into the fire.
Okay. Toss it. Hits. Sits in the fire. You can see it sitting in the fire. Flames kind of lick up around it. Burn outward. You go all through the night with the book in the fire before the embers go out. You probably sleep maybe an hour to 2 hours. You don't get like a full rest. You're exhausted. The book is still there with embers sitting on top of it, pretty much unscathed.
We're just gonna walk for 8 hours.
Still like chained, like get tossed in.
You can pull it off the chain and toss it in, whatever you want to do.
I didn't know it could come off the chain.
Or if you try to throw it, it doesn't go, whatever you like for it to be thematically.
Gets up in the morning, then just grabs it.
Got it. It is completely intact. The chain's a little hot, but... Alrighty then, we're ready if you are.
Yep. Ready to go.
Alright, we'll follow you.
Are we taking this wagon?
I guess. Just leave it at our house. There are guards there, they can watch after the horse.
Alright, let's go. Just start leading the way to the estate.
Alright. The dwarven individual is following behind you. Their battle wagon is probably a good 10 feet tall.
Shit, they have a battle wagon.
It is...
They're never that behind.
It's a good 10 feet tall. You can see that there is on the back some sort of like ramp that just drops down that they can pour out of. Inside of there you can see that like while they were packing stuff up that there was what appeared to be several storage compartments, crates, barrels, plates of armor that are up on the walls. The entire thing on the inside is outfitted for them to pretty much live within it, almost like RV style, for a good amount of time. There appears to be at the base of it several cots and beds, and the wagon itself is pulled by probably about half a dozen rams. And you can see the rams themselves, like the front part of the battle wagon is actually extremely intricate. There is, it almost has like a tank build to it, to where the back is very boxy, and there's that ramp that drops down, and then there are these two large wheels on both sides. So on both sides of it, the wheels themselves are probably like a good 6 feet in diameter, and they just kind of sit on the side, and it just rolls on this. And then the front part of it has two like ram heads at the front part, and then there's like a little recess at the bottom for the rams to like run forward and then just kind of back up for the thing itself to slam into whatever may be. But for the most part, they just seem to be using it as some mode of transportation at the time. But you guys make your way to your home. It does take you 2 days to get there. You guys will be well rested and whatever else you may need. You probably get there, like after that 2 days of travel, you're going into the third day, and it's about mid-afternoon at this point.
Probably would want to still just get right to work on the ammo.
Okay. Shh. Let's put this sound down. Once you get to the estate, you can see that there are about half a dozen guards that are walking the perimeter of your estate.
It's a 9 pass.
No.
Yeah, true. Well, we will approach.
All right. The half dozen or so guards that are there seem to take notice of you, and they don't seem to have any sort of aggression or anything, as they recognize who you are.
Okay.
There are about 4 or so tents that are set up out front of your house.
Okay.
It doesn't appear that they are like going inside or doing whatever. Although I'm sure that you guys would have no problem with them doing so. They were just being very professional and militant by, being out here and not sleeping in your guys' beds or anything.
Yeah, fuck no, don't go in our house. What the fuck do you mean?
But
That'd be fun with them eating. Leave those,
approaching, you can
Yeah,
see
they
that
could do
there's
that.
chance to cook food.
there doesn't seem to be any sort of alarm or warning. Nothing seems to be broken or damaged. They don't seem like they have been in any sort of a scuffle at any point. As you begin to approach, one of the individuals standing there. Greetings, keepers. Your estate is in good shape. No problems here. Occasional would seem to be probably a bandit or some
Okay.
one looking for shelter, but for the most part, pretty quiet.
Is there any shipments that came?
Yes, they are put inside of the room inside. We had them brought in by two of our guards. That's all they did. Brought them in and set it inside.
Great.
Not sure what it was. It came from Bartleby's odds and ends.
I'm kind of like guiding the horse from the cart. Can you take care of this guy?
Yeah, most certainly. He
Cool.
just kind of whistles and gestures for one of the other guards to come over and they take the reins.
to the guard who
Has,
comes over.
has she been coming here to do the portal?
Oh, I don't know. Would she have started? What's her name? I don't know off the top of my head. The lady we paid to make
Portal
us,
lady?
make us-
Amalia?
Amalia.
Yeah,
Yes.
that chick knew what her
You
name
can
was.
certainly ask.
Has some lady been coming here?
I haven't had a lady come by, but there has been a man by the name of Tobias that was
Okay,
here
that's-
about 2 times
yeah.
within the past week.
All right. He's allowed.
For now.
No,
I'm
he's
just kidding.
always
I'm just kidding. He's always allowed.
The only thing that I will bring to your attention is that there have been a couple of people that have been coming to the estate here. Villagers, farmers, passerbyers seem to be taking a little bit of alarm to the current vessel you have docked. There's a little bit of a scare that some people get. I would say it's nothing to worry about. We certainly reassured them that this was the home of the keepers. But just so you're fair warned about it.
We should remove the sails.
Probably.
Well, we can worry about that later.
Do you guys know how to remove sails?
No, I've never been on a boat.
All right. Well,
Any of your guards?
Maybe, not quite sure.
Can ask around.
Sure, if I find somebody to do it, I'll get it done, I guess.
it's not super important.
Yeah, just if you can.
We've been quite bored, so I mean, if we can find something to do, we'll do it.
Give it a worst case scenario, you break them. So let's give it a shot.
All right.
We good?
Wait,
Think we're
let's
good.
go. We need to
Think
get
we're
to
good,
work.
yeah. Alright, talk to you later. Thanks for the update.
I'm gonna go get the forge going. Go in there.
Punch it with some fire. All right, but you guys all make your way in, and when you first walk in, you almost just like take a breath, look around the kind of entryway of the courtyard with the pond there and the kind of homage to Malar, the sunlight that is letting in some light into the center here. You can see the little bit of the railing above where your guys' rooms are all at, the kitchen and dining room to your right. You make your way into the left and start to get to work.
I'm gonna, as it's heating up, I'm gonna go back out
Okay.
to the paladins.
All right. Yeah. Who are all outside with their battle wagon just kind of sitting around. You can see Largus has his feet kind of kicked up, sitting at the top. They are all outfitted currently. They all have their plate armor on. They're just like holding their helmets at their sides. You can see that Largus has a large two-handed maul, and Hyde, Greem, and Jarby, all three of them have a warhammer. Jarby has 2, but Hyde and Greem both have shields, so they're outfitted with warhammer and shield. And then you can see Heidi has a warhammer and a book.
Alright.
But they are sitting waiting for your order, essentially, or whatever is next.
I'm gonna approach. Excuse me, Largus.
Hey.
None of you would happen to be smiths at all, would you?
Well, I know that Greem is pretty good with an anvil and hammer, if you needed something.
I would appreciate the extra hands. We We need to make some supplies before we go. I myself am a limited set of hands.
Right.
But I can handle myself in the forge.
Alright, yeah, I'm sure Green would love to. Green, go give Moldrak here a hand.
You guys are also welcome in the house.
There should just be food in the kitchen.
Yeah, alright, yeah, I'll take some dinner for some dinner.
You can also request it.
Yeah, request it who I put in my order to.
Small little things.
You got gnomes in there?
No.
Halflings?
No. Wait, we can't see them, can we? Oh,
You can see
they're-
the ones that cook.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. They have little hats on.
They've gotta have
They're like,
chefs.
they're like this big. Whoa.
Real tiny things.
Yeah. Alright, well, come on.
You go for it?
No. Come on, you'll see.
Alright, we'll go with it. Hey, you want anything to eat?
I thought he was just drunk.
No, that's his fault.
That is how he talks.
Well, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try and have Grim help me with, the metal portion of
Okay.
the bullets.
Alright, so how we'll do this. So I believe that for you, Azrael, that you have the supplies, like gunpowder wise, in order to form the bullets. You just need like the actual bullets and
We have like
stuff all put together.
still have like 180 pounds of iron, so I don't think
Yeah.
we're gonna run out.
So I'd say for like every it's iron, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I don't think we got anything special. Just like iron shot.
So we'll say every
Do I have?
we'll just do every 10
I don't have any.
10 bullets will be a pound.
Okay.
So for you, Moldrak, I'm gonna have you make the bullet itself, and then along with Green, the two of you could do that, and then however many bullets you guys like form for the actual like body of it,
Got it.
they can form into
Okay.
actual like bullets with the like
Awesome.
inside of the casing, the gunpowder attached to it, the whole mechanism for that in order for it to actually fire instead of.
Do we
just
find
being-
out whether or not Skip could bless them?
You'd have to look into his spells. I don't think he
He
can.
doesn't have a spell that would work for it. Can I use
Can you bless your own bullets?
enhance ability to like make us better? I don't know. I don't know if that works for like crafting.
It does because it goes based off of like a current skill. So for
Well, it
you,
would only give us advantage in whatever
Yeah.
the.
it's going to be dexterity because of the size of the
Okay.
bullets
Got
for
it.
you for these checks. So I'll have you. You got to make a percentage roll first.
All right.
Definitely got my crate before I started.
Okay. Yeah. There is the goods that you procured and had sent over from Bartleby's.
I got 18. I don't know. I don't remember the system. I don't know if that's good or bad.
What do you end up putting in there?
What's that?
What do you end up putting in there?
Shit, I can't remember what you asked for. I know that there were 6 different bottles of liquor, and I just don't remember what the liquor was exactly. And then you had 2 boxes of cigars that each had 5 in them. So you got the 10 cigars. Inside of one of the cigar boxes is another like cigar cutter thingy, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And whiskey. Yeah, so you definitely, I'd imagine, would have had. I guess you can just choose whatever you want for the bottles of liquor to be, because they're all pretty much the same price. So they're just 6 different bottles of that.
Should I do the same?
It's probably a little bigger than a fifth for each of the bottles. All right. So you rolled a 18.
Yep. I don't remember if that's good or bad.
You're currently considered skilled, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you should be good.
All right.
Yeah, 0 to 90% skilled with great equipment. So yeah, it's a success to make it. So now just roll a d20, add your proficiency and your dex.
Okay. All right. Then I will do enhance ability at 3rd level, so I can cast it on myself and on Green.
Okay.
I I don't remember the dex one off the top of my head. But the dex one.
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel's dexterity.
Cat's great.
Cat's grace. Alright.
Okay. Green was successful as well,
Alright.
and made. Oh, it's at advantage, right?
Yep. Should be at advantage. My total check. 15.
15. Okay, so you make 2 bullets. Or
Two?
no, 4. 4 total.
Alright.
I could stay another day. There can be enough bullets.
So you can choose to work 8 hours to make normal rolls.
Yeah.
You can work for 2
Yeah.
hours to
I
make...
can still get a long rest though, even if I work for another 4 hours.
You can work for 2 to make 1 check at disadvantage, or work at least 4 to make 1 straight roll. So I'd say over the 4 hours, you could probably do 2 rolls instead of 1 because you're just making like little bullets.
Alright. Cool.
So go ahead and make another check.
I'll do that. Alright, so I have...
The only thing is how small everything is and how intricate it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Could I...
So green would have made a total of 14 bullets in the 4 hours.
14.
Okay.
And then this that time period
Do I
is
roll?
like combined, so you guys are like creating the bullets, and you're probably making like 3 or so, and then getting them over to the tinkering shop for them to put them together and form whatever they need to do.
Do I roll the D100 again, or just the dexterity checks?
Every time you do it, wait, let me double check here.
Yeah.
We haven't been
I
doing
don't
this a lot,
remember.
so I gotta make sure that we're doing this.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so you just do it again.
32.
Successful.
Good.
And then go ahead and roll d20 plus proficiency plus dex.
Alright, 24.
24. Okay, so you would have made 6 bullets there,
Alright.
for a total of 10 from you.
And then I can do 1 more for this 2-hour period?
So that would have been 4 hours to make the total of 10.
Okay.
And then green would have had the 14 made.
Got it.
So if you guys want to do another 4 hours, you can, to make 2 more checks.
Yeah, and you said it was like midday, so we'd
Yeah.
be pushing into like midnight by the time we got done?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. I mean, as long as Green wanted to keep working, that would...
Yeah, he doesn't mind.
Alright. Well,
And then for Andrew and Israel, if you guys wanted to both do it, you can. But I think one of you would probably be sufficient enough to make the bullets. It just depends on what you guys want to do.
if they don't get all the bullets done, but they have the actual metal pieces, can we make those on the way?
It's a little difficult because they need like the shop to actually like crimp down stuff
Okay.
and have it in a vise and everything be put together. It's a lot more stable and safe for them to make it in there.
Got it.
And it's a little harder, like check-wise, for them to actually be successful.
Okay, so the next one was a 53.
Success.
20 total.
Okay, so that's another 6.
Alright, so that
I make
makes
some checks to assemble, and I just able to just make them as they produce.
30.
Bullet.
You're gonna have to make checks to do it, just because shit can go wrong. 64. That's good. That's 4 off of that. Alright, so just make a percentage roll. Anywhere from 0 to 90%.
So definitely start drinking
Okay.
some whiskey.
33. Success. Okay, and then just go ahead and roll a d20 for me, and plus your proficiency and your dex. 28. 28. Okay. Just do it one more time for me. And then if you get a good roll with that, we'll just say you're able to
23.
make them all. Yeah, you're good. So when they bring them to you, you're just kind of sitting there, jacket off, just kind of have like a long sleeve shirt rolled up, chest a little exposed, the hat's off, sweating a little bit in here, grabbing
Curly
the
hair coming up from the shirt.
grabbing straight from the bottle pretty much and drinking and setting it down. What'd you get for your second roll?
Okay, so I got, it was, what did the 20 give me? Because that was the previous
6.
one. Okay, that was right, that put me at 30, so.
Yeah.
And then did Green roll for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a grand total for the next set of 8.
Alright, so, it's 8. Alright. 72, so still success.
Yep. Go ahead.
And the check, another 20.
Okay, so yeah, 6 more.
So plus.
Did you add dreams all to that too?
I did.
Okay.
So the total now is at 44.
Alright, so there are 44 shells for you to make. And that would have been 4 pounds of iron.
Okay. All right. So that's like 183.
Does anybody have anywhere how much gunpowder you guys actually had?
Nope. I don't. Maybe I wrote that down. I would have to dig through.
I knew at one point we had like bigger holes.
Yes.
Like multiple.
I do remember.
But I don't know.
I think some of the cannons got like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my shit's out of date.
Okay. Oh, I got.
We have
it's actually
15
160
bars of iron, but I'm pretty sure we had more than that.
We're at 160
Yeah.
iron
I
bars.
think I stopped writing it down.
We had another, assuming we have like a
I don't know about
cloth bag
the.
or something in the house.
I don't know about the gunpowder.
Put all those bullets in that bag, and then put the smaller bag with all the less bullets into that bag.
Okay, got it.
I don't know about the. I don't know how much we have.
Alright, so,
Total is 44 for the bullets.
got it. Go ahead and roll for me, Shab. Just roll 2d4 and know which one is going to be the front number. Because you're going to be trying to make a double digit here. 12. Okay. So, we'll say that you have enough gunpowder at the estate, because nobody has it like documented, to make 12 bullets out of the 44 that are there. It's not that you're like messing up anything, it's just that you don't have enough like supplies gunpowder wise, because I think the gunpowder was on the boat with all of the barrels and cannons.
Yeah,
and
we
shit to
definitely
be-
used a lot for
Yeah.
that shit.
So you definitely have enough to make the 12, and then the whatever's left over, just have that somewhere. So like, what was it, 32 extra of just the, casing and bullet itself that you have to put everything together for. But you have 12 bullets that you can use.
You got like a sword or something?
It's got a
It's
crossbow.
got his crossbow.
Okay.
Well,
Making sure.
that doubles your rounds you had, so.
Yeah. It's at least good for this side.
Yeah, so you definitely know you're going to need to get more gunpowder at some point or another, because you guys have used up a little bit. And you knew, kind of going back to the state, that you had a good amount of supply, just not, enough to make 44 bullets. All right. Make a Constitution check for me, too. 20. All right. Definitely feeling a buzz, but you're not getting, like, sick or belligerent or anything. As for Connor and Andrew, would you guys like to do anything?
Relax and eat some food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably just do the same.
Food is prepared without issue. Whatever within reason that your heart desires, they will make.
Crepes.
There's crepes.
Yep.
You can make potato pancakes.
Can they put some strawberry jam in the middle?
Alright.
If not, we're getting rid of the homunculi. Yep, I'll find a chef that can do it.
Are you like squeaking something over there? Can you please stop? I thought there was dogs outside like barking.
Tito barking to come in.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how's that door, bud?
Sleep and then get ready to die, I
That's
guess?
the plan. Always sleep and then always get ready to die.
We had enough gunpowder for 12 bullets.
Get some more on the side. Be the place for it.
I don't know.
Do we need to go get some more?
Should probably be having enough to get through this side. People,
You like
Figure-
double this capacity.
if we get like thrust into the hells from the side, that would definitely it'll get rough. That'd be good for me.
Alright, well, we will figure it out.
What are the components to gunpowder?
Niter, saltpeter. I don't know the other components.
Boy, I need the components to gunpowder. All of them.
It's pretty much just saltpeter and fuck. There's another one I can't think of. Yes, thank you.
You're telling me you can't just find that? Come on.
You can. They're in the Brimshire Mountains, and you went there and fucking pretty much mined it
There's sulfur everywhere. Come on.
for all the barrel stuff.
Kill some demons.
Okay,
Poop salt.
so you guys work pretty diligently and hard. Green actually falls asleep in the forge for a minute before you kind of like, wake him up to let him go sleep somewhere a little more comfortable. Azrael's probably still within the little tinkering room, going to town and just kind of sitting there to himself, drinking the bottle or whatever it may be. As for the rest of you, is there anything that you would like to do?
I'm gonna load your bottles up into my bag.
You can.
I can. There's plenty of room, and there's really not a lot in there at this point.
If it gets too much, you could just fucking flip it over. The amount of plates and fucking forks that would come out would be...
12 empty. Or, about 12 empty bottles, and that, or 12 cylinders, and one bottle of lightning because I burned one. But then I have the bottles of lightning were the bigger ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have like half of it? How much of the bottle did it go into the cylinder?
I made a half alcohol bottles, but that works too.
Yeah, half of it. And then for each cylinder that you put on it, you can do 6 shots.
You're going to keep his
One
alcohol
bottle
bottles?
lightning.
Because
No, just so he doesn't have to carry 6 bottles of whiskey around with him. That's right. I meant your alcohol bottles, but I can carry those too. It doesn't matter to me.
You think he's giving up his alcohol bottles?
It's always strapped.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you don't, so you don't have to carry 6 bottles.
He just wants your whiskey. You're going to let him have
I don't
that?
even like it. That's not me, Brandon, saying that. That's Moondrak saying that.
Yeah, you can hold on to them, I guess.
I don't have to. I just, So we have.
So you pretty much make them all whiskey.
2, 3,
Two,
3 and 3.
3. So the other 3.
Just get whatever you need to give him, just give him. Anything you don't want to carry, just make him carry it.
I
Hey,
got
Keith.
My hat.
Can you carry my
2
boots?
whiskeys and 3 bourbons. And then 1 box of cigars, I guess.
Alright. Easy enough.
Where do we
Like just a wall
where do we get
downtime
this
or
bag
whatever. I'm gonna
holding?
fill up the 4 cylinders, I guess, with those 2 bottles I have.
Okay.
I already burned one, so I have 3.
Does anybody remember where we got the bag of holding from?
Yes.
It is a very delicate process.
Farheim over here?
But
Yeah,
it-
I'm still fucking drinking.
Yeah.
This is the town with the fighting arena.
The Brawlers of Alpha.
Yep. That's where we got our bag of holding from a shop there. Alright.
Jesus.
Sleeping through the night?
Yep.
Waking up bright and early?
Mm-hmm. All the dwarven individuals are outside in their little battle wagon, resting.
I have to leave that behind.
You guys wake up. Breakfast is made.
Mhm.
The dwarves are actually inside there eating.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right where we want them.
Hey, keep on as a Zaxria.
Morning.
Morning to you.
What you got going for breakfast?
Potatoes and eggs.
Potatoes and ice?
Eggs.
Eggs.
Oh, eggs.
Yeah, from
Sorry.
like from a chicken.
Chicken eggs.
Chicken legs?
Could do both. Legs
Could be
and
duck eggs though, I'm not sure.
I think it's chicken.
But there's food. These little bastards know how to get.
They do, yeah.
You should fucking pet one of them.
I
Better
patted
than
one on the head that was like setting the plate down. Just gonna. And then flew back to the
So I
kitchen.
like grabbed his food, he's walking around the table and just passed Dream on the bed.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, no problem. I'm a wee bit tired, though, but well worth it, I'd say. Whatever the fuck those things were.
Thanks for your help. They'll come in handy, you'll see.
Well, I guess sitting at the table now as you guys sit down as well. So, what's the plan from here?
You guys get blindfolded.
That is the next part.
Alright, we'll go with it.
It'll
As you
be a
wish.
short period of time.
Alright. We trust you.
Alright.
Did we make them give us the 100?
I promise you though, Hyde is a crazy bastard. And if you do anything a little shady, although I'm sure he won't, I'm just forewarning you.
No, yeah.
Hyde is a crazy bastard.
Alright. Well,
Hey,
might,
don't be calling me a crazy bastard, alright?
that might come in handy in combat later, we don't know.
Probably.
So probably after you guys eat, get all the stuff you want to bring with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're not going to be able to bring the guards outside will take care of your wagon. It
Oh.
will not fit.
Alright, I was kind of assuming as much, seeing as how you said we were teleporting, blindfolded, and I was kind of sure no offense to you, but you could man the wagon or anything, so
That's definitely
rams can be stubborn.
Yeah,
More than a horse.
probably.
Yeah, I couldn't even get the single horse we had to move these.
Alright, well, finish up your breakfast. Eat as much. Well, we're not gonna have as good of a meal for a while, so eat up.
Make sure we have water.
We've got plenty of water.
Make sure you bring it with. Oh yeah, you can like just.
Just like a...
Alrighty,
40 gallons.
you guys eat up. After you finish eating, and everyone's kind of sitting there for a moment, talking, there is probably a good minute of silence before everybody slowly starts to kind of stand up and prepare and do what they must.
I'll just kind of gesture for everybody to walk around the pond in the center of the estate.
The dwarves go out for a second, put some things away, grab some other things. They all come in with backpacks on. You can see Hyde on his back is carrying some sort of a barrel that's probably about yay big.
Smart.
They all do have backpacks though.
Hyde just
Hyde has that barrel and like a satchel at his side.
Got it.
You can see that they all come in with their full plate. They are holding their helmet in one hand. Dream is holding, along with Hyde, they both have their shield in one hand, helmet in the other, and then their warhammer at their side. Jarby has both of his warhammers just kind of at his side as he's just sitting there with his hands on the straps of the backpack to do whatever it is you need to do.
Take out some ripped pieces of cloth that I prepared earlier.
Alright.
What?
Do you have everything you need?
Hey, I do believe so. A little more sleep would have been nice, but I think we're good to go.
Alright, we're gonna make this part as quick as possible.
Whatever you do, just don't take off the blindfolds, please.
Do we have to earmuff them?
No. I don't care if they hear one more. It'll be fine.
What if he... I guess if he says
It's
the...
very close to
I guess
where-
also if he says the words, they can't hear it. I mean, they...
Alright. I'm blindfolding them.
Welcome to... I'll take your payment now.
Should be quick. I'm gonna make sure they're all like secure and they like actually cover a good amount so that they can't like corner peeksies it
Okay.
or like look down below.
You gotta
to
do
see.
the fucking... swing your hand with them. See if they flinch or not.
Alright. And then.
Two for flinching.
Right. Good.
Alright.
Soundless, aside from the coin dropping into the water, the portal is formed, and you guys can gesture them in.
I'm gonna step through first, and then you guys push them along.
Push.
Alright. So just one at a time, just take a step forward.
Okay.
You'll feel solid ground.
Alright. You watch them like kind of reaching out. One of them like grabs at your rope for a second and then like makes their way through,
Whoa.
like feeling in front of
A
them.
clean ass robe.
Alright. They make their way in now.
I'm at this point. I'm already at the counter.
He
and
goes
I'm-
underneath and like opens the door up and then just
No.
looks back down.
Oh. I'm still gonna. I feel like
Yeah,
I
you-
have to.
you have-
I set 100 gold on the counter. I'm like, this is a favor from Master Tregadier.
Very well. Takes it, sets it into a small little pouch.
All right, and then the dwarves.
He takes the glasses, looking down, starts to hear the clanking, and then
Bunch of just blindfolded dwarfs walking past them.
Head out.
you guys start to assist him. Puts his glasses back down and begins to read once more. You guys are pretty much, I'm assuming, in like some sort of uniform line.
Yeah, we're just gonna
straight
right
to the
right to
gateway.
the marble
Do you
gateway.
still want to go and try and get more potions?
Oh, is
or-
it daytime now?
Right now?
It is.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Okay,
It's morning.
then I'm gonna run and get more potions. Okay.
I could just
You
lead
take 'em
them all
over there?
out, and we could.
You guys can do the thing, and we can just meet you
Yeah.
at the portal. on
so
the
they're
other
not
side.
blindfolded for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, go do that. We'll meet you guys there
I'm going to the Marble Gateway.
Okay.
with the dwarves.
I'm going to Trader's shop.
I'm going to the potion shop. I always forget, and I feel bad for it.
Potion shop. I think it's
No,
what it's
that's
called.
not-
Yeah, it's gotta be.
I have all of the
It's gotta
Camarilla
be.
places written down. And I don't.
What else would it be called?
I need to have more organized notes.
Potions. Potions galore.
Potions galore. That sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Gita. Potions galore. That
Oh,
was right.
wow, that's right.
Damn.
Okay. You make your way in to Potions Galore. You can see Gita is walking around currently.
Yep.
She kind of looks over. Hey, Muldrak.
Gita, how are you
I'm
doing?
sure hoping you're here to buy some potions.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
Beautiful. What can I do for you?
Gonna need more superior healing potions.
All right, 125 apiece. Just to remind you of the price. How many are you looking for?
I need to pull up my fantasy calculator here.
I do believe I've probably got about 20 in stock. So
20?
whatever you need, we got pretty much.
Okay.
Unless you're planning on spending a lot of gold on some potions, which I'm all for.
10.
Oh, I was gonna just buy the 20, but
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, or 500.
Let's not go in debt, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. You're right. Okay. All right. I think I'm just gonna buy all those.
Honestly, rather die than go in debt. You know what I mean? Those are two.
Do you have anything else in stock right now? Any?
It depends on where you're headed, what you're doing. I mean, I could probably help you if I knew what was going on.
Gonna be a fight. That's
A fight. All right.
all I can say.
Some enhancement potions
Yep.
for like your hits. You're a little stronger.
Mhm.
Potions make you faster.
Right.
Potions make you harder to hit.
This I don't have anymore.
Potions of resistance if you know what you're going against.
Oh.
Do have two invisibility potions. If somebody wanted those. Just been sitting on them.
Do you have any like oils that can be applied to weapons to do certain types of damage?
No, I don't really deal in those types of things. More of a consumption deal.
Got it. All right. Well.
Alright.
You have a potion you can drink, then you spit onto the weapon, they can do a different type of damage.
Do you have any healing potions that are stronger than this? I don't know if I've asked you before.
For the most part, they're only run in superiors.
Okay.
Easy to make, they go quick. Make a good profit on them.
Got it.
Yeah, because we keep fucking buying them.
That's true. That's the wrong number. All right. Could you do all 20 of them for 22.50?
Tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
You're buying what, 20?
Yep.
20? Sorry. Didn't mean to bully the lady.
You buy it full price, and I'll give you a potion of growth as well. potion of growth runs 225 gold pieces.
Oh.
Or you could just buy them for $22.50.
Alright.
I don't think she lost.
Okay. Wait, do you have any more giant strength potions?
No, I do believe you took my last one.
Alright. Haste potions?
I do. They run 2,000 a piece, but if you're buying all of those, I'll sell you one for 20. No, we'll do 12.50. 12.50. Because you're buying the 20 superiors, so I'll do 20 superiors and a potion of haste for 12.50.
Deal.
All right.
Wait.
37.50.
Oh, I was like,
Wait, can you throw in the potion of growth too?
Sure, I got you.
Thank you.
I appreciate your continued business.
she's just trying to get rid of those fucking things. That's what it is.
37.50. Alright, we're at 13.
She probably throws that in with everything. Everybody's like, I'm good. If you buy this potion, you can also have this potion of growth.
Okay.
I do still have the Arcana Restorium potions.
Oh.
If you wanted any of those, I got a few more in
Five
stock.
of them.
I've got about 4 of them.
Yeah, 5. Do you think you need more? No. We're good for now, but keep them stocked. We may come back for some.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Alright, 3. So, 1 haste
2.
potion.
I'm gonna start drinking them. Get my spell slots back.
Give Andrew the growth potion.
Okay, that's toxic. What, so I could be the same size as you guys for a little bit?
Yeah.
Still be smaller than everybody else, because you guys are fucking all giants.
Be like up to here though.
I'm like a normal sized human being.
Imagine being a normal sized human being in this party. He does create meteors out of the sky though, so like...
True. I'll give him that. Alright, and then I'm just gonna make my way to the Marble Gateway, right to Nasai.
Alright.
We should be in Nasai, and they should be taking their blindfolds off at this point. Outside of the room where we teleported
I
to.
don't think they might see the circle, but they wouldn't know it.
Then they'd know to go here, teleport back, and then we'd be
Doesn't work
fucked.
in reverse.
We'd be fucked.
Doesn't work in reverse.
We'd get in trouble.
We would not. We're just waiting on Connor with the coin, but I assume he might have been faster than me getting the potions.
Probably.
You'd have no problem getting the coin. And you definitely would have been faster.
They probably don't even talk. He probably just walks in.
You make your way through Marble Gateway to the Nasai location.
Doesn't actually flick a coin because
You can feel an intense heat.
Plus.
Gnarly heat. The individuals inside of their armor are instantly feeling the heat.
I was gonna say something about them bringing warmer clothes, but then totally forgot.
They get through. There's only a brief bit of, probably like a good 2-3 minutes of you being there by yourself before Connor makes his way through as well. Along, like Azrael would have been there with you, and Zar, Neris, Skip. But nonetheless, you make your way through and are greeted by the desert heat along with a slight little desert wind. Sand is kicked up in these little bits of cyclones.
Did I get shorts last time we were in?
You bought shorts at some
Zash.
point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was when we were in
Zash,
Zash.
yeah.
I'll take my jacket
my
off.
robe to my adventuring clothes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'll take
And
my
then just.
take the jacket off with my undershirt and then throw the shorts on.
Alright.
Oh, I've
Taken the blindfold off.
I was gonna say something about you guys should bring warmer clothes, but
Warmer. Don't you mean?
I meant colder. Colder. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah,
Warm
warmer
weather
clothes did
clothes.
make. Yeah, warm weather clothes.
Burning up in here.
Do you guys have somewhere to put your armor for now?
On my body if we're going to get some sort of a demon.
We got like a day or two, I think, from here.
It's like a day travel.
Shit. I got to carry it.
Oh, I can carry it when I get there. Am I here now?
Sure, you can be.
I can.
We could probably just put it in our bag.
I can. It's a magical bag. It stores things. I can keep it in there if you want.
Alright, well, as long as nothing gets to jump on us, I think we'll be alright.
Right. Well,
I think anything gets to jump on us, unless it's them, we're probably fine.
yeah.
Very well.
All right. Well,
Alright, off it. They start taking off of their armor. They get down to just leather pants and tunic. They're still holding their weapons.
Basically nothing in the bag at this point, so it's not a problem.
Yeah, how much weight can the bag carry?
500 pounds.
Okay, so it might not be able to carry a whole.
Okay. Well, maybe not their weapons, but their armor should be okay.
Maybe.
There's 5 of them. Assume like 80 pounds.
How much can it weigh?
80 pounds
Come
per
on.
suit of
5 suits
armor.
of full plate?
Yeah. Probably.
Are they
close.
each 100 pounds?
No, I think they're different when they're shorter.
Oh, because they're fucking dwarfs.
Listen here. talk some-
I mean, I assume like 70 or 80 pounds per set.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be.
The most we got in there is plates and some fucking
Does it say
glass
weights
bottles.
in the book?
I
Yeah,
think
it
so.
does.
Does it?
I don't know where I'm looking.
Oh, no,
I forgot.
45.
300. No, I think
Okay.
65 pounds. Dwarven plate.
Okay.
Damn, he even got the dwarven plate out here.
Alright. I said that you could probably carry all of their armor.
Okay.
Is the sun beating like straight down, or is it like
Yeah, it's-
overcast in there?
It's a bit strange because the sun is beating straight down. The only thing that seems to be taking any sort of like straight sunlight from you is the sand that's like blowing over, blocking some of it. But for the most part, the sun is just beating down.
Take off my jacket, fold it up, put it in my bag, and then also take the shirt off.
Paladins.
Hey,
I'm gonna pull out some superior healing potions and hand them to each. These are for you, for when we get to battle.
alrighty.
One for each of you. If you need more, I've got more, but just hang on to one for now.
Alright. Heidi's pretty good with restorative magic as well, so
Great.
we'll be good in that department.
Alright.
Just
I
depends
know
on
you
what we're
guys
getting
are
ourselves.
you guys are like all like tankier, but is there like one of you that's like more tankier than the other ones? Does that make sense?
Yeah, we're about all the same, I'd say. We're pretty hardy.
Bust.
Armory, more armory.
We're all pretty hardy. I mean, obviously the lads with the shields are a little more well off when it comes to protecting themselves, but for the most part, we're all
Who's
in
your
all the same.
DPS?
Alright. Well, it's this way.
Alright, let's head.
Okay, I need to head like southwest.
Yeah, we're going around the town at first, so roughly southwest.
I feel though if we see the town, we're already too close to it.
That could be true. I don't know. Has it been a day since we
Where
Yes.
is this place from? Like where we just popped in? Where is it from the sky?
It's almost directly
North.
west, right?
west?
Nasai is directly west from where you are.
Or just go like southwest. Alright. Check. Make sure he's still, you want to check again? Or no?
Is there any downside still?
No, I mean, if they know they're being watched, they may try to resist it, but I don't think there's any negatives.
Using it?
Yeah.
Just, it'll help us get a beat on where he's at.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully you stay by the coast.
Ideally.
What'd you say?
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary.
But
Harbinger
look
pops up behind us.
into the mirror. The mirror shimmers very briefly to where you see he has his arms kind of bundled in front of him, and it's head down, pushing against what appears to be heavy winds and sand. You'd imagine he's probably still on the coast because of the way that the wind is blowing towards him. It's kind of going like south, and the way you guys are walking, like kind of this direction, the wind's coming straight, in that southern direction. So you'd imagine he's walking up the coast.
Okay. Well, southwest it is.
Now he's walking north, or what is the direction from? That would be up the coast.
It would be north.
It's going
The wind
north
is
up
going
the
south.
coast.
Towards like Masai.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right. So this way. Let's go. No time to waste.
All right. Your large party now at this point begins trekking through the desert. The 7 of you and 5 dwarven paladins begin moving through. The travel is harsh just because of the wind and sand being blown up in your face.
Yeah.
For those of you with like bandanas or hoods or whatever it may be to kind of keep your face covered as best you can. You definitely use those. Those of you that don't really have that, it's really uncomfortable. You can feel it like smacking against your cheek, like the small granules of sand that are like scraping across.
Sand is in my teeth, guys.
Did I make a check for the house sleep?
I thought you said it was a 9, maybe?
Oh,
Whatever one was a 9, I think that was the last fail you had.
okay.
Yeah, so I think it would have been yesterday. So today should be like the 20-something, I think. Yeah, I think you're right on the day we are currently with your pen cap.
Okay. These were the 3 days to. I can't remember. It was a 3-day period there.
Yeah, that was
Travel
the travel.
from Brunswick to.
Yes. And that was the last day at the house. That would be today.
So
Okay.
wait, no, you didn't sleep. There
Can you
was
read
a
me
sleep
those?
at 10.
Yeah.
Rest until we're going home.
Right, I think that's what that one is, isn't it?
This?
No, the one before.
Was
And then
the
this
3
was the
days?
3 days.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because when we started, we were there, and then that was the travel to Brunswick or whatever, rest in between 3 days. Okay. At this point, you guys begin traveling southwest. The ground itself is a bit like harder than you would expect. You can see that when the sand blows every now and then, that there are these bits of rock that are there, like a very, very tough clay-like color, like a brownish red. The sand then also kind of blows back right over this kind of rocky terrain that's here. Eventually you make your way for probably about 5 or so hours traveling in this direction, this kind of southwest path. Where you are currently, there is nothing in sight but desert.
Good.
It has been this way since you got here, and you'd imagine it will be this way for a little while. In Azrael, you do remember it being that way for some time when you were traveling directly west to get to Nasai. After those 5 hours or so of travel, you find yourselves getting thirsty. It is hot. The heat is beating down, probably the most intense that it will during the day during this time, as it's getting closer to noon. And that's just about the time that you guys would have pretty much got here. It is probably pushing like 90 degrees. It's not super intense just because of the time of year, but it is still hot. And it's not just like just heat, it's very dry as well. You find your lips are starting to kind of chap a little bit. Your mouth is feeling a bit dry. You can feel a little bit of a weakness or a fatigue to your body just from not walking, but walking in this heat. The sand beating against your face as well, but now at this point it would be beating kind of at your back right shoulder as it's pushing against you, as it's coming from the south. You can see small little dervishes of like sand tornadoes that are kind of picking up in the distance, but more into the desert, like more to the eastern portion. Looking off in that direction, you know that going west there ends up being coast. But east, it seems on the map, is a lot of very untraversed terrain and things that are out there, and it kind of makes you think and wonder of either what sort of misery awaits you or some sort of discovery could be in that direction. But nonetheless, you continue traveling southwest in the same direction. At this point, you're probably approaching like 6.5 hours of travel. The sun is still out. It's not as intense, but it is still easily 90 degrees outside. In the better part of like the hot day is probably like pushing 95, but at this point it's 90, kind of fluctuating in between 90 and 80s, like high 80s. The sun is ever present. It doesn't seem to let up too much. There is like a brief bit of cloud cover that you can feel relief from. The sun is definitely burning against your skin, but you have water. You are prepared for the travel well enough to keep pushing on. You can see the dwarven individuals are definitely reaching for the water quite a bit and are thirsty. They don't seem well acclimated to this at all. Yeah. But if I could, from all of you, get perception checks, please.
Yup.
Do I care? 24.
We got
26.
Numbers, math, difficult. 10.
Okay. The three of you pushing through. You can see in the distance those kind of like sand tornadoes that are moving. They don't seem to be just like rolling around in random directions and kind of sporadically going with the wind or anything. They're almost like moving, and then you're watching as they move, that they kind of sit in place and are probably like 100 or so yards to your left pretty constantly. And then you start to walk. You're not paying like super, like you're not towards it like intensely to where you're staring it down to make it very obvious, but you're like peeking at it every now and then to where you can see probably about 6 or so of these little tornadoes of sand that are just kind of like picking up, and they move a little bit, and they move, and then they stop, and it seems like they're trying to like do this little bit of a sporadic movement. And then you watch as you guys continue to walk, these tornadoes to your left are just kind of paralleling you.
We should avoid those if possible. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't really look like it's moving randomly. Just gonna press on in the wind. Actually, I'm gonna... It's still like super hot right now.
It's like high 80s.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the paladins. You may want to put your armor back on. I don't have a good feeling about whatever that is.
Alright, post it out. Drop it all down. They're like looking at it and handing it to whoever it is, putting their armor on. You see at this point, those tornadoes are slowly encroaching as they're like putting the armor on, and they're kind of like, shit, you might be right about that.
Yeah.
And they're like pulling the pants on. One of them like falls on his back and is like, push it down. And you like slam down the legs onto him, and he pushes himself up and puts the breastplate on and is looking. And at this point, there's probably like a good 50 or so feet where those tornadoes have kind of sat and are sitting. You can see that there is something inside of them. You're not sure what it is, but whatever it is, doesn't seem to be like spinning at the rate that the wind around it is spinning, if that makes sense. There seems to be something in the center of it that is unmoving, but there is just this swirl of sand and wind around whatever is on the inside.
Okay.
About 50 feet from you, they don't seem to be moving. You watch one of them kind of like move around to try to seem sporadic, but you're already kind of onto it at this point.
Yeah.
Fuck, they're just normal tornadoes, boys. Let's go.
We got him!
What are we doing?
I don't really know how to fight a tornado.
Me either. Do we run?
I don't. Yeah, we can try that.
There's something in the middle of them.
Do we provoke them though? Is my question.
Like, what if they're like scouting or something?
I don't. Scouting for what or who?
For food.
Hey! I see. You're not. It's ob. Hey!
You just 2 or 3 of them start to like.
That's not. You're really not convincing.
One of them's just kind of.
Yeah. And
And these are slowly kind of moving up.
I'm like,
It just stops.
yeah, you.
Then another one like. Kind of rolls up. Nice and slow.
Should we just like walk over there? What are they gonna
I
do?
don't know. I don't.
What's gonna happen
It'll
if we
like
just walk
suck
over?
us up into the tornado, I guess.
How big is the tornado?
It's probably like a good 8 or so feet wide.
I could withstand that.
You go for
And they go though. As you guys are there discussing and
I'd rather not
make
walk
the
into
jokes
it.
to one another, they whip up pretty quickly to where they're almost like within
Oh,
range
God.
of you. I'm going to need everybody to make a strength saving throw.
Can we just call it Dex?
Oh,
Nope.
Damn.
Good thing that's
Unlucky. Good try.
Outdex the tornado.
Oh, natural one. Just kidding. He was off that though for a second.
Toxic.
Strength? Not looking at athletics. You want to see how?
Safe.
14.
17.
17.
Natural 20.
Okay.
26.
Okay. Roll for skip. Zarbax
Or,
and Neris, please.
I forgot that I'm playing him. Doesn't exist in my mind.
Rex it is.
9, I guess? Roll the 7.
This is.
I don't think he's provisional.
That's Neris.
It's right behind
Right behind you.
Direct.
I forgot. I'm not in the normal seat, alright?
That's true.
I'm just saying, every time he does that, he knocks something off. I
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
I'm
true.
just better.
Correct. But don't
We are
build a...
not built the same. That is all it is.
Not built the same.
Can you roll a 5? 15.
Good.
15?
Yeah. You said saving throw, right?
Yes.
He's yoked.
And for Neris, she has a -1.
Who rolled that? So we roll for her. Okay.
4.
What about Skip? Do we roll
Skip.
for
I rolled for Skip. He
Alright.
got a 9.
So, you got a 15?
I
Yes.
got it. 14? I
14?
can't remember
Yes,
what I
that's
got.
14 or
then.
15.
I got 14. Zarbrax got 15, I think.
So, Zarbrax, Ander, Neris, and Skip, all 4
Wait, does he
of
get
them-
advantage on strength?
Only if he's raging.
He wanted to rage as they were coming up.
It's a tornado!
Fucking tornado!
The tornado's moving around. You can start to feel the wind a little bit more, and you kind of hunker yourself down. All of the dwarves don't seem like they can be like picked up as they just like bank down.
Yeah.
Skip, as they're approaching, he just like throws the shield up and just runs towards the center to try to see whatever it is over there and like just protect you guys. He gets to the center of 3 of them, and the power from that is enough to just kind of like pick him up,
Oh.
and it sends him like 10 feet in the air,
That
and then
could
he
be
just
dangerous,
launches and
guys.
just doof, doof. At that point, Ander goes to like turn around and get away as best he can, and one of the
Yanks
tornadoes
him.
swirls towards him, and you get sucked up in it. As you get sucked up in it, there's this quick like moment where you pass through and are like looking down at what's on the inside. What you can see is a completely bald-headed individual with like almost samurai-looking armor on that has these almost like sash-like tan bits to them, if that makes sense. You can see these swords that are at their sides, and they are somehow controlling this tornado around them. They have these small ridges and bumps going down the back of their head, and as it picks up from your side, like you catch a glimpse of it as it's sitting there, it quickly like looks up to you, and then you get
Yes,
sent
please, I don't
like
wanna
15
even-
feet in the other direction
spooky.
from the tornado. Neris and
How do you fight a tornado?
Zarbrax
I'm
as
the same
well
way.
both get flipped off to the sides and start to bounce around in various directions. You are surrounded right now by what seem to be tornadoes, and you watch one of the tornadoes just drop, and an individual like flying out from it with these swords at his sides, jumping towards you. Doesn't really make a noise, is just trying to be quiet, and spins him and goes to like make an attack. You make out the samurai kind of armor, these long kind of katanas. He has the bald head, ridges kind of going from here all the way back. Pointier, almost goblin-like ears, and the jaw itself is kind of pointed with a little bit of these 2 kind of pointed ridges at the end. But you can see the ridges themselves at the bottom part almost have like these little like tendril-like looking things to them.
Weird.
They are very strange looking and are definitely attacking you at this point.
Okay.
And we're going to pick it up there next time.
Damn. Alright. Well,
We're gonna fight these guys and then demons right after. Woo!
Thank you for watching. We appreciate the views.
thanks everyone.
Like I said, we are getting that much closer to affiliate, so the continued support is appreciated. This was our 60th episode. All of the other episodes are on the YouTube, so please watch them there.
Yep.
Along with the podcasts, the VOD for the Icewind Dale campaign is on there, and the Cyberpunk one will go up today, along with this VOD.
True.
Thanks again. Please follow, like, go to all the socials, say hi. See you guys later.